Okay.
We got to get some B-roll, dog.
None of
Oh
that.
no B-roll. No, none of that.
Nah,
Oh,
you
my
need
goodness.
that. You need that.
That was crazy. Keith, what did you even mean?
Look, if you ask me, nothing even happened. I don't even know what you're talking about, honestly.
I know. That's what's really crazy is that Reese is still on. You know what I mean? Like, there's some B-roll that happens, but once we live, and we live, baby, yeah.
Nah, I stay on. We mounted.
Ooh. It
Here
is.
we go.
Man.
Oh. Huh.
It's the end. Well, I don't want to say it is the end, but is fast approaching the end of a rather interesting year.
Interesting to say the least, my brother.
See,
well,
I was trying because I don't think interesting is an appropriate enough word.
It is.
Trying to. You think so?
It is. Just leave it there. You know?
The year of, I like to say this word a lot. The year of undulation.
Undulation. Can you
recent
don't say that
baby.
again? Just don't use that word. How about this for next year? Your New Year's resolution is to not say that anymore.
What, undulating?
What, undulate?
Stop making up words.
It's not a
to undulate is to move or go with a smooth up and down motion.
You just read that off a.
Man's had to tell you that it's a word. He had to get the Webster's.
That's a word. Bro, wait, what dictionary is it? Oh,
you know what else? You know what else is a word? Irregardless of whatever you're saying,
right.
undulation is not a word.
And ain't is in the dictionary as well now, right? So
also,
I guess
we all know
ain't in the dictionary.
Ain't is official.
Ain't is in Oxford. Wow.
Ain't is official tissue, baby.
Ain't is an unofficial word that isn't a word.
Oh, it's a word, but it's considered non-standard.
Yeah, it's informal. You know what I mean? Non-standard. It's a word. You know what it is? It's not a word, but people acknowledge its use. I think that's what that is.
Same thing with irregardless.
It's been used so fluidly that it had to be recognized as something. Like it had to be. I mean, dude, I don't know. The dictionary is just getting kind of silly these days. I think isn't LOL a word or LMAO a word or something like that?
Don't do that.
They need to have like an index section. Like, okay, these are regular words, and now we're in what are those called? Contractions.
I guess.
And then abbreviations. There need to be like separate.
Oh, like
dictionary,
like
an abbreviation dictionary.
Acronym, like an acronym dictionary.
Yeah, acronym. Yeah.
But that's crazy because you can make an acronym right now, literally right now.
Okay, formally accepted acronym.
All right, there you go.
You gotta get all technical and everything. Geez.
Well, it's true. Like you could just be like, I don't know, like whatever. Like you could start a coalition for whatever you wanted to, and have the words mean, and have each letter mean something.
The coalition for the advancements of words used online.
Oh, we about to fight.
Something like that.
The coalition. I just want to be a part of a coalition.
Dude, tell me about it. Like a rebellion or a coalition? Like sign me up.
A rebellion? A coup? Do we want to do that?
No. All right.
You want to throw a coup? Listen, can we not say that? Just
you're not supposed to pronounce the P. Don't ever do that again.
He just pronounced the P.
You pronounced the P.
I did not pronounce the P. You heard the P.
He was like, "Hey, yo, I'm about to get into a coup."
I did.
Like,
okay.
Coop?
Who?
Like,
Literally nobody heard me say coop. Like,
you're enunciated.
Force out the coop. Like you have to because of the way the word goes. You have to say oop. Like it has to be a forced thing. Like when I just said that, did you hear me say you want to throw a coop? Like no, you didn't hear that.
Okay.
That's not what you heard.
You're right. First of all, chill
Reese
out.
was doing
Be
his
cool.
thing. Yeah.
First of all, no, you definitely said coop, but you did not say coop.
I did not say coop.
You didn't say that. It was a very subtle P.
A subtle P in coop.
You
can't even throw a subtle P in coop. You have to say coop. Like it's impossible to throw a subtle P in coop because of the way the word your P comes out like a strong P.
Listen.
You can't soft P coop.
Listen. Coop. You heard the P?
Welcome everybody to another episode of Trigger Talk TV where we talk all things video game and video game related. I, of course, am Key, and I'm I'm here with my wonderful co-host B.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
And my annoying co-host Reese.
Cool.
Yo. I swear,
good
bro.
I love this show. Let me tell you.
I just get to be me, and it's great.
Oh, I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating right now.
Open that door, man. It was nice outside, man.
It was beautiful. It was a really nice day.
Brought the kids out. We got to both of my sons. They got hoverboards, but I didn't really want them to ride it because this street is not.
I just want to say, let me tell you guys what just happened because nobody knows this besides me, and I really need to get this off my chest.
Here we go. Go ahead.
B is over there. He's drinking coffee. I can see him. He's drinking coffee. And so I have my cup here, my very large cup that I got from my sister. Thank you. Appreciate you for Christmas.
Home is where the cat is? Okay.
I see. Yeah, home is where the cat is. Shout out to Wolfie. So I'm watching him. He's drinking his cup. And I have my tea over here. I take a sip of my tea because I see, when you see somebody else drink something, you take a sip of your beverage.
Sometimes that happens. Yeah.
Just like how when somebody yawns, you yawn?
I made this morning. This is not fresh tea.
No.
This is not fresh tea.
Oh, that's
wait. So you just
vile.
So you just have your sips.
Yeah, I
10-hour tea
reaction. Just like I was like, oh yeah, let me take a sip of my tea, and I'm just like drinking. I'm like, oh, this is ice. This is cold.
This is ice.
This is not new.
This is not good.
Yeah, well, at least it's brewed very well. It's been in the water all day.
Yeah, I mean, it's very flavorful.
It's marinated, yeah.
Very chamomile.
But it's cold.
Also, ain't that wrong with iced tea? Ain't that wrong with iced tea?
You know what? I ain't about to be left out. Forget this. Y'all got mugs? I got a mug too. Hold on.
Are you about to show off that Zelda mug?
Oh yeah, my mug says
says geek.
Geek on fleek.
Oh.
It's on fleek there, yeah.
Geek on
fleek, courtesy of the lady and her
everybody got
cool ideas, her wonderful mug choices. I also got my water with me, Poland Spring.
Do you have a Poland Spring on you?
Something like
a nice Poland Spring beverage, the beverage of choice by Trigger Talk TV, of course, because it is the coldest, crispiest beverage you could have. That quenches your thirst.
Like this. There's a lot of variety in the water scene, but you can never go wrong with a crisp Poland Spring.
Sometimes you just need juice.
Let me tell you.
And then here comes Reese. Sometimes you just need juice. Sometimes you just need.
Got the juice.
Anyways, so what's first up, guys? What do we want to talk about right now? There's a lot.
What do we want to talk about?
I think I think we should go. This is fun. I think we should go and talk about what our game of the year is. What do you guys think?
I was thinking the same thing. No cap. Like not even just jumping on because you said it. I was literally like, oh, why don't we just get that out the way, do that, and then we can kind of get into everything else.
And then we can wrap it up.
I agree. Yeah, that.
Because I think y'all are actually going to be really shocked by my choice. I really do think so.
Oh, because of that, you're going to go first, good sir.
That's fine. That's fine with me. I can take
what
that.
You got for us?
I can take that smoke. I can take that heat.
What we got?
What you got for us? I'll get into my my final two. I'll say.
Yeah.
My after much deliberation, my final two came down to Hades and Final Fantasy VII R.
Okay.
Yeah. And Reese might explode from this. So Reese is already hyped. So my actual choice for game of the year was Final Fantasy VII R.
I kind of figured that.
That's my choice for game of the year. Yeah,
that was in mine too. It was.
Yeah. And my reasoning for it is two-part. Part one is obviously it's a good game. Like it's a good game, but going deeper into that is it's kind of what I always wanted going forward from that phase of my life when I was playing those JRPGs like there was no tomorrow, is something that moved better, something that was just more modern, more mechanically sound to how fast-paced and enticing like current games are compared to what we know from the past as a JRPG in terms of like, the slow text and the dialogue, and you kind of have to interpret the story. It's like reading a book and then playing through the battles. You know what I mean? As opposed to, I want that experience, but I want to be able to kind of play these characters and really get it and not have to imagine so much in the powers of the technology now. So with, I don't know, like this year, I really wanted something new, like it kind of did something really cool. It pushed the boundaries of a genre that I love, and it's looking toward the future. So it's very modern and it's very risky and all that, and also there's so much comfort, because like I really wanted some sort of comfort feeling this year, and that game, it just brought those two worlds together. Going forward and trying something different and changing a genre for the better, and also that comfort of the story and characters that
B.
Can't hear you.
We lost you.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay,
there we go. Huh.
No, my hand hit my mute button randomly, like on the off chance. But no, yeah, like still to this day, I'd say that Advent Children is a good movie. It's probably trash, but just that world and that whole thing, the whole Final Fantasy VII thing.
You said Advent Children?
Yeah. It's probably aged. I don't know. I still think it's fire.
No, I
watched it like 2 years ago, and it's still fire to me. So
no, it's still good.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
I watched it 2 months ago.
But are we biased? Because you know what I mean? Like I don't know, but
I
it's fire.
It's still good.
It's still good. It's still solid.
All right, cool. Sick. But just that world, that universe, like Final Fantasy VII is flagship JRPG. It brought a lot of people into the scene, including myself. So to play that and have that, like, yes, it has some annoying things that I need them to fix going forward, and they are working on a new one, which is dope. Well, a continuation of this one. Dope, but very, 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 very good game. It stole a couple of awards during the gaming awards, so I'm very pumped. That is my choice for game of the year.
That's a solid pick. That's a very solid and respectable pick. I respect that because it was in mine, but then I thought about all the stuff that I hated and I couldn't. So
what is yours, Key?
Mine came down to 3 games, kind of, and because I see why there's game of the year for different genres. It's because it's like each game has its own thing that it does great. Because so my top 3 was Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, and Warzone, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Warzone. Because when I bought them, they both came together.
Right. It's a package deal.
When it comes to like play time, I put stupid amount of time in the Call of Duty games, period. But Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and Warzone, especially Warzone, when I put a lot of hours into Warzone. So I was like, yo, that's like, I love that game. I played a lot of that game. But then when it comes to we have a special guest, Wolfie is here. But
nice.
When it comes to anything else besides just run, gun, shoot 'em up, Warzone falls short. That's all I play it for. So I nixed that from the list for just The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. And The Last of Us 2, you guys know that's just one of my favorite. That's my favorite gaming series, next to Uncharted, who also made The Last of Us 2. So it's kind of like its little brother.
There you go.
Question: is that just your favorite gaming studio? Period. Like, is just Naughty Dog?
Naughty Dog is just when it comes. They make movies, man. They make movies, and I can't.
Sure enough.
You know what I mean? But The Last of Us 2, I despise the ending and a lot of the story aspects, a lot of what happened in the. Even though the very first thing that I didn't like, I ended up liking is when they did the character switch. I ended up liking that because I liked her story, her side of the story.
Yeah, it was
so
fire.
like I don't know, the story stuff was like super dope, and then it was bad in my opinion. And then we go to Ghost of Tsushima, which is a game that is beautiful, and it's the type of game that I like. Story, a lot of action, and a lot of side quests and things like that. So the problem is, I never beat that game, and so I can't fairly say that I don't know. I don't have my own personal opinion on how that story goes and what happens in that game. I just know from my experience from getting the point from the beginning of the game to the point where I got at, and I absolutely love that experience. But to give it game of the year, I can't do that. So it goes to The Last of Us 2 for me.
Respect. When you narrowed it down to those two, I was like, it has to be The Last of Us 2 because he never actually beat, so he doesn't know like the story
and I'm
points.
sure I'm sure the story it's a beautiful story because I know, like, I did my research on that, so I know what the story is about, or it's based on a true real life story kind of, but in his own way, he's telling his own story. But I know it's probably something beautiful. I just didn't get to experience it, so I would love to give it Game of the Year, but I can't.
Yeah,
mine is The Last of Us.
Respect.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you can't go wrong with The Last of Us 2, right? I mean, how many awards did it take home?
You can't.
How many fastest selling records did it get? Like, it's a huge deal. So
Naughty
it's a respectable game.
Knocks it out of the park for movies, man. Movie games, they just kill it.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense that they haven't made any actual movies because they would clearly.
We have Uncharted coming. The Uncharted movie is coming.
We shall see.
And I beat all of their movie games from Uncharted 1 to 4. Okay, minus the one. Which one did I miss, B? Because that one game.
Is there a PS?
Lost Legacy.
Not the PSP one.
No.
What? Plus Legacy?
Lost Legacy.
Lost Legacy.
Yeah. So I beat all of them. I beat 1 through 4, except Lost Legacy. And then I beat The Last of Us 1 and 2. So it's like I played 99% of all their movie games and beat them all and loved them all. So
shoot, and you're playing Crash Bandicoot, and it's like, wait, there's actually a story in this.
That game, oh my!
Naughty Dog clearly has you on a leash, and there's nothing wrong with that because they clearly know how to make good games.
They make good games.
They do.
That's
in discussion, but yeah, man, that's two great games off rip. Because that game was in my choice as well. You know, like I love that battle. I love so much about that game. But the story didn't do it for me. It didn't keep me engaged. And the only thing about the Final Fantasy VII is it's a great story. It's one of the greatest stories that's been told over and over and over and over and over. Yeah. So it's like
one of the stories that's just been expanded upon because when you played the original 7, you didn't know what was going on. So they had to make another game, a movie, another.
It's true. The battle system in 7R was phenomenal, though, minus the stuff that was annoying, but it was a phenomenal take on Western and traditional.
Yeah, man. Like just how to bring those characters to life rather than have them just standing in a row. You know, really bringing that action to life. However I had it in my mind, I feel like Final Fantasy 7R and Final Fantasy 15 is bringing that to life.
What do you have, Reese? What's on you?
What you got, baby? What you got?
It was kind of sort of a 3-way, but y'all probably gonna look at me and be like, why you choose this game? Of course, you chose that game. So
to you.
Both of y'all mentioned the other two games that would have been on my list: Final Fantasy 7R and Ghost of Tsushima.
You said would have. I'm shocked, surprised, and appalled.
Wow, appalled. Was not expecting that. Final Fantasy 7R, obviously, because we waited over 20 years for, like B said, one of the greatest stories ever told. It's retold in a newer fashion with its ups and downs, so on and so forth. Like, who was it waiting for Final Fantasy 7? If you say you weren't, you might be a liar, unless you're not into this genre, which is perfectly fine. Ghost of Tsushima took me by surprise because that isn't my typical genre of game that I play. Like, y'all are watching me play Uncharted right now. It's not exactly my thing. I mean, I can get through it, but it wouldn't be, if you brought me to the GameStop store and you show me the PSI, it wouldn't be the one that I'd reach out for. What I would reach out for more likely than not is an indie, because these games, they appear simple at the topmost level, but underneath is this ridiculous amount of expansion and detail and life that these triple A's just don't exactly get all the time. So back in 2015, potentially earlier, I got obsessed with this indie game called Splunky. And it damn near took my life by storm. This is look, you go look this game up. You see its color visuals, and it's more often than not violent ways of dying, and it just captivates you. Be like, what is this game? It looks so simple. Why the hell is it so damn hard? So years years I was playing this game, just getting it, and I finally bested it after a couple years because this Splunky isn't a game that you just beat. You get to the end and then you explore even more. This was several articles I read named this game as one of the most important games of the decade because of how it brought the indie scene into the spotlight, how it kind of brought to life one of the more abandoned genres, which is roguelikes. Like all we had was like the Souls games and things like that, but we didn't have like a more fun version of it like Splunky did.
Because we don't do fun.
Because Key doesn't do fun.
Or a more traditional aspect of roguelike is when you die, you go back to the entire beginning. There is no
in the entire beginning. So you have to be good. So in 2018, when Derek, you announced Splunky 2, I kind of lost it. Like, how do you make the perfect game even better? You risk ruining the legacy that you built up from 2008. He released his freeware in 2008. He gave us the source code in, I think it was 2010. So now the community is going wild, trying to learn all the secrets, trying to get all the special items and things like that. And now you're going to make this game that finally released, I believe, was September this year. Mm-hmm. And man, oh man, how he did the perfect job of expanding a perfect world and adding even more perfection to it. Like both games have gotten 9.5s, critically acclaimed. There are secrets still being discovered from the first game, even though there's this second game that's out right now. Like every day I get at least 5 rounds. And at least one of them I'll post to these guys to be like, I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I can't put it down. I'm doing so well, and the game will find a way to kill you.
This man plays that game during meetings, okay? He just plays.
I may or may not play this game during meetings.
These are facts. These are facts.
There are so few games that you can play that'll kill you over and over and over and over and find new ways to kill you over and over and over. And I want to go back and try to find my way to best them, to make me a better person, to get over these obstacles. And then I'll beat the game and be like, okay, what's next? There's always a what's next with this game. And that isn't really the case with a lot of games. Especially like story games. Like you play the story, you beat it, you might try and go back and get a different ending, but then that's it. With Splunk, right, you can play this nigh on infinitely and you won't have the same experience.
So Spelunky 2 for you, huh?
That's a good choice, man. It's a highly rated game. It's a huge game in the indie scene, which we love and covet. Now, Hades obviously beat that out for me just because it's more fast paced. Yeah. It's more crazy. But I love Spelunky too. I play Spelunky with you for hours at night. Like, we play it for hours. We go nuts on that game. I love Spelunky too.
I also have Spelunky.
Yeah, like
I just wish you would play with us.
It's
I did until
until some other games came out. I don't kill
He doesn't kill
the
shopkeeper anymore.
We got a new CP's got the new strat. He's with
There's a new strat.
I should tell you something.
And I was never with killing the shopkeeper. Reese can attest to this. I hate doing it that route. And Reese like, nah, it's the way. It was the way in the first game, I guess. But in this game, there's a forgiveness thing, and it's just fire.
Oh no, it was in the first one too. I just never knew.
You just didn't know. But bro, it's there's a new strat. Like if you need something from the shopkeeper, you can take it without killing him, and then you can get his favor back where he won't attack you no more. Actually, pretty fire.
It works.
Yeah. Okay. It's a dope game. It's a dope game.
Fine. I'll play more Spelunky if y'all, YALL, play more Call of Duty with me.
That means I actually have to purchase that
he
game.
got to purchase it.
So I will get that game and I will play it with you. Done. Boom. Live. Easy.
Wait,
on.
Really?
Wow.
Wait, really?
Wow.
Bro, I kind of brought Call of Duty to y'all. I will never be like...
No. You know what? I'll refute anything and everything with y'all. I won't refute this with y'all. Call of Duty was like you... No.
Yo, I know. And
yeah. When I first got my PS3, I was stuck. I couldn't play anything else.
I love Call of Duty, and for a long time, I was so done with regular multiplayer modes. I was like, bro, I'm really good. All I have when Black Ops 4 came out, I didn't play multiplayer not once. I paid $60 to play Blackout. Like that's all I played was Blackout,
which is the original BR.
Yeah, their Call of Duty's first BR. and then World War II
Warzone.
World War II was purchased for me, so I played a little bit of that. And then this one, Modern Warfare, and like, bro, yo, I don't know.
I actually bought it, which is a testament to tell you how good of a game that was.
Yeah,
The last card I had bought prior to that was Modern Warfare 2 for PS3.
PS3. That was the first Call of Duty I ever played. Modern Warfare 2. That
And
game
all of
changed
y'all
my life.
got it. He was like, nah, get the game, get the game, get the game. I'm like, all right, fine.
That game changed my life, bro. Oh my goodness.
Dude,
Oh
I
my.
tried to, I was trying to, I never forget, like, when I first got my PlayStation, again, the first thing I bought was Call of Duty before I even got my PS3. And I was like, yo, this Call of Duty thing is crazy. Like, it obviously didn't reinvent the wheel that is a team deathmatch or a multiplayer shooter. It didn't reinvent
It made
the
its
wheel.
own wheel on the
It
trunk.
just did it so smooth. It's like how Apple like waits for all these other companies, right, to come out with all their tech and blah blah blah, and then they try and sit back and perfect it for themselves. It's kind of like what Call of Duty did. Like they came out with this Call of Duty for Modern Warfare, and it just changed.
Oh, my life.
It's
They
just
changed my life.
And now it's literally an annual event.
Yeah.
Like they turned a game into an annual
Makes no
event.
sense.
Twice
It's
over.
nuts.
You get blocked.
All I'm saying is you're
Yeah.
gonna get it, sure, but just know that we're undefeated in Dirty Bomb, and I
Doom
want to stay
Squad.
that
Yo,
way.
the Doom Squad.
We are
is
officially
unstoppable.
Doom Squad.
This is like
literally.
it's like
I
when,
wish you saw the game we had yesterday.
if,
Oh my goodness!
if you was I wish you was there when me, Cody, and my brother played. We were playing Battlefield 3. When we were playing Battlefield 3, it's like everybody else was playing TDM and we were playing objective. Like we were always at the top of the leaderboard in every single game. You know what I'm saying? Every game.
Right.
Legit every single game. It was crazy. It was the best time of my life. I'm so mad at Battlefield 4 because I was excited for it. But this Call of Duty playing Dirty Bomb, me, Ray, and Reese, bro, Doom Squad. It's the Doom
We're
Squad.
undefeatable.
You
We
undefeated.
won
All right,
four
all right.
straight. Like, yo, it's ridiculous.
5 straight.
Five straight games. It's ridiculous. It's
And the
absolutely
last
ridiculous.
one, whoo, that was a clincher. That
I gotta
team
get
almost
this
got
in.
us.
I gotta get this.
But,
I
you have to
see,
get
but that's the thing. Like that's the power of Call of Duty, right? Like before Modern Warfare, I hadn't played since Advanced Warfare, which was the first one with the jetpacks. I actually really liked that one.
Me too.
Yeah, like that one was
Really?
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was out of the loop. I hadn't played since then, and when this one came out, I was like, all right. They changed some things. It looks all super polished, plus the battle royale. Let me dive back in, and I was like, oh, COD's still COD. You know what I mean? Like COD is just one of those things, and it's like because you know COD, if someone can get you hype enough about a single mode, you might go buy it. Like that's the power of Call of Duty, dude. It's insane. It's insane.
Lucky me.
It's insane. It's
Ridiculous.
insane.
Because
But,
you were holding out for a good while, man.
Me?
Yeah.
On what? On
This
Call of Duty. I
what's it?
know.
Cold
yeah,
War.
Cold War.
Cold War.
I didn't want to buy it. I did it in something in me. I think it was. I'm gonna attribute it to all my Twitter feed going crazy about skill based matchmaking. But if you was to ask me for an honest answer, gun to my head, I don't know. Something sparked. It just clicked and said, "Yo, you need to play this COD," and I just needed to play it. And I have been going so dummy. If you guys, I got some clips lined up to post.
Tommy.
I got clips lined up to post on our Instagram at Trigger Talk TV. If you guys see my Twitter feed, I'm always posting pictures. I go dummy. Like I don't know.
I probably have a couple clips too, but Call of Duty turns me into a really angry person. So I actually probably can't put these online
Right now,
unless
I'm
I put some
collecting-
background music on it.
I'm collecting a collage of all my random
A
grenade
montage.
throws, launching
Gonna need a
grenades.
montage.
It's insane.
But yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we just went that
Yeah, that
crazy
was
on COD, but
wild.
That's the power of Call of Duty. So you're right. We had Final Fantasy 7R,
Mm-hmm.
Spelunky 2, and The Last of Us 2 as our choices for Game of the Year.
That's it.
was-
Now-
Trigger Talk
Yeah.
choice.
Now, what are we excited about that we could potentially make our Game of the Year list next year?
Oh, pick me.
Oh, no, be first.
No,
Be first. Be up. Be you up.
yeah, nah, dude. I'm as you guys know, I love those kind of story driven games, bro. And Horizon Zero Dawn, man. Horizon Forbidden West. I am over the moon excited for this game. I really hope that the people over at Guerrilla Games and Sony Interactive don't ruin this
Don't
thing,
mess
man.
this up.
They created a game that came out of nowhere. You seen like robot dinosaurs, and everyone was confused, like what is happening? It didn't make sense. And then when you play this thing, you're like, oh, it's so like the gameplay is so good, and then the story was so good. So
Really
the story was absurd. So I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to see what changes they make, like how they continue the story. What new abilities does Aloy have? What can she do now since she's a pro at this now? Like, I'm very, very, very excited to see where they take this game.
That's another game that's in my catalog. It's in my to play list. My very, very quite super long to play list to finish list.
Your CVS receipt backlog.
I got a CVS receipt of video games that are in my backlog. That's
fair to say. But yeah, man, I'm pumped, man. I love these third person action role playing games, open world missions, all that stuff. I'm a fan of this type of stuff, so I'm really excited to see where they're taking it. It's supposed to be like a post-apocalyptic California, Utah, and Nevada. It's supposed to be that part of the country, and she's over there and she's dealing with all types of new challenges and new things. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see how this goes, man.
Okay.
What else?
I think I know what yours is, but I want to see what it is. What's yours?
Me?
Yeah, you guys want to split it up? Yeah, we can mix it up.
What you mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So when do you guys go?
Go ahead, Reese. I want to know what you got. What's on?
Like I was saying, there's a number of good games on here, but none that really be like, oh, I gotta play that.
That's just because Perfect Dark is coming, so now you don't care about.
Everything else. And that's all he's gonna care about until they announce Armored Core 6. This man is mad narrow-minded. He don't care. He got tunnel vision. He don't care.
I don't even care about Armored Core 6 anymore ever since they mentioned.
You see what I'm saying?
But
new tunnel
vision. He's been talking about for like all 33 of our episodes is out the window because a game he hasn't even talked about was announced that's coming out. Like what's even happening?
The power of gaming. That's all I'm saying. A game that I've actually been looking forward to that I don't know why you keep making this face every time I mention it. Deathloop.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a single player shooter. It's been a long time since I played a single player.
Multiplayer though, kind of not.
Yeah,
multiplayer.
But those games I end up playing single player anyway. So I just categorize that as
a single player game. I thought it was a story.
It's single, but you can also play online. You know what it's like? It's like that game that they changed the name of, Starship Troopers or whatever they changed it to.
Excuse me?
the where you can be a villain and like try to the dude. I remember the villain had like red hair or something. Like you can
Infamous?
No, not Infamous. It was like Starship. You guys loved it. Well, not you.
Starship Citizen?
Starship Citizen?
Wait, no.
It was it had one name and then they changed the name to a whole new game. But
missing me, bruv.
You'll play with somebody like it'll be a team of you guys and you have objective and then the villain is supposed to pop in and like I think stop you from completing your objective or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, fam.
Well, anyways, carry on because I can't. The name of the game isn't popping in my head right now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need you to pop that in your head because now I'm curious.
Huh?
But yeah, no, I said I'm gonna need you to remember that because now I need to figure out what it is.
Okay.
But
let me see.
Bethesda has a chance to redeem themselves outside of a Elder Scrolls or Fallout crutch, which is either save them or cause them further headaches down the line.
My man said Fallout crutch. Why you do that?
Bro, yeah, see, you say that, but I actually loved their whole Dishonored series, like that whole thing. I thought it was dope. So I'm just as excited for Deathloop as I was for those games. Like hype enough to like have some interest that like if there's nothing else available, I'll cop it. Or if there's too much going on, I'll wait for it to go on sale because like I really do want to play it. Like I beat the whole Dishonored series, and it kind of has that similar feel like when they do those type of games. It feels like a mesh of like an Elder Scrolls Fallout, but also like a single player shooter, like really focused on the action. So I'm fairly excited for Deathloop. I'm fairly excited for it.
Yeah, I was excited for it, but that wing.
The games that I would be like really excited for, aside from Perfect Dark, are releasing in 2022.
Yeah.
So I didn't even want to bother with that. Yeah, not even bothering with it.
Talking about that, bro.
I know we talked about 21. So what you got for us, Key?
Okay. Well, listen, 2021 is, if I do say so that myself, English is quite jam-packed. Like it is packed with a lot of games. A lot of games. So it was almost impossible for me to narrow it down. And with that being said, there was some games that I found out that I didn't even know was coming out. Like, did you guys know that Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming out? First of all,
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, Shin Megami. Yeah, they don't promote it anywhere near as much.
I didn't know 4 came out. When did 4 come out? No idea. Like what? When did that happen? 5 is coming out for what console of all? The Switch. An RPG is coming out for the Switch, and it's Shin Megami Tensei. That's one of the hardest series ever, bro. What? Yes, I didn't know. I would love that.
Said, bro, what?
I need that.
I didn't know. I need that.
Give me that.
What else is coming out next year? Ratchet and Clank 2. Or Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Like, bro, I would love to play that game. There's so many games. But to narrow it down, I actually, interestingly enough, want to play Returnal because
that is fun.
Like it's like a alien shooter roguelike game, and sign me up. That just sounds like something I'm into. A roguelike shooting game, killing aliens. Yes, that sounds like a Goopy Goblin gamer brain, which is what I have. That just sounds perfect for me. So,
bro, that thing looks fun.
It looks like a lot of fun.
All this, like I when they did the reveal, there was no gameplay. So you're like, okay, what is this?
It was just like a chip, and it I don't know. It looked like haze when I first seen it. I was like, what is this? Like, what is this?
But at the Video Game Awards, man, when they gave us that gameplay clip, it was like fast. There's a lot happening. She had all these different abilities. As stuff happened, I was like, okay, now that's a game I can play. It like on face value, that looks fun. That game looks fun.
Yeah.
That game looks really fun.
So Returnal is one of my picks.
Is there a release schedule for that? Is there like a
it's coming out March, I believe. March, let me get the exact date. March 19th of 2021.
Yep.
And like who's the team on that? Like what are the devs?
Sony
publishers
is publishing it, and it's being devved by Housemark. K.
Mark. M-A-R-Q-U-E. It's Mark.
Oh yeah, it's Smart. Good old Housemark. Huh? Do I know that company?
You do know that company.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
They made Resogun, Outland.
Okay.
Like smaller titles. Dead Nation. Super Stardust HD.
So this is their first like big game.
Big game, yeah.
Whoa, they taking a chance.
So take a chance. Yep.
They did a game called Matterfall. Interesting.
Yeah, they have interesting games.
Returnal,
I'm surprised you didn't mention
what?
Hitman 3?
No, like I enjoy those games, right? But like, am I like crazy hype over the moon for it? Nah. Like Hitman's dope. It's fun. Strange. I'm most likely gonna get it. I'm most likely gonna play it. I'm gonna enjoy it. But like, I kind of wanted to grab things that like were kind of a little extra, like a little different, like a little spicy. That like I'm excited for because it's something different, something new. So like Horizon, like this is only the second installment, and I'm really curious to see what they do with the story. And my other pick, it was going to be Ratchet and Clank. It was going to be Ratchet and Clank because obviously I'm a die-hard, obsessed with the series. But I feel like that's a given. Like I'm obviously going to get that and beat it and talk about it That's a given. I'm excited for Crimson Desert, dude. Yo, I'm so pumped on this game. Like, yo,
Yeah, you're ridiculous about that game.
I didn't think this looks like a super, super ambitious MMO. Like most MMOs just don't look like this. They don't look and play like this.
They definitely don't play like that. They're starting to look like it slowly but surely.
Bro, like super, like hyper realistic, like body parts flying off, blood flow. You don't see that.
Scooping, stabbing, like
yeah,
it's
like
brutal.
Right. It's usually spells like on a timer with a cool off. You know what I mean? Like it's usually
ATB kind of.
Like your World of Warcraft, your Final Fantasy 14s of the world. Like that's usually what they look like.
Yeah, that's always what you get.
If no one told me it was an MMO and someone just showed me the trailer, I'm like, oh, it's like an Assassin's Creed or Horizon Zero Dawn or a God of War or something along those lines. And then, and then like the dude walks in the meeting and is like, it's an MMO. What? All my friends I know this. My friends crazy.
That actually reminds me. Do you know that the Sword Art Online has like, first of all, they got like a bunch of games that came out, a couple of games that came out.
Yeah, they have like 4 games or something crazy.
Yeah, and one most recently came out, and I am going to absolutely butcher the name of this game, okay? But it's called Sword Art Online Alicization Licorice or something like that.
Alicization Licorice?
Yeah, something like that.
And, oh yeah, that's the last entry.
Yeah, yeah. It's the most recent game, and it didn't get like rave reviews, but it's like you can play it offline by yourself, or you can play it online with friends. But they do it right. Like you can have your friend, and the way it works is your friend, whoever you invite, can't be further than you in the story, so that when you play together, you progress together. Like you leave it open like you would a Borderlands. They can just hop in and you guys can play together and progress in this RPG. But it plays like Genshin Impact, like RPA type, like you just like that. It's actually really cool. It didn't get like
like you can just pop in like in Borderlands. Like
yeah, but
if you're farther than me, I can invite you to my game.
You can play through the story. We need to be you. I can't be further than you in the story.
Wait, so if you're further than me, I can't invite you to my game. So we
I'm sorry. Yeah, you can invite. Right. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, right.
I'm sorry,
but you can't invite me to yours because you're
too my game if I'm further.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with
exactly. So I can go back, help you at the same time, get items, get my levels up, all of that as I'm helping you play your game.
Why is that so hard?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Honestly,
why is that so hard?
I don't know. So
no, I guess they got it right.
Yeah, no, it's actually
like Dying Light did it perfectly. Like
they did it,
just
perfect, dude.
I was like, looking at a list of games that came out this year, and I'm like, Sword Art Online has video games. Well, I guess it makes sense. Let me just look the most recent one, and I was watching gameplay, and I was like, what? This is like, and it's like you can run off and like do it's like an MMO. Like we don't have to be together. Like I can go. If I want to go fight some battles or something, I can go do that on my own while you play whatever, you do your story quest, whatever, and it's like an MMO. But if we get to do like a battle together, like a boss battle, then we have to like, we're waiting for your friends. Like you have to, link up and
just like a 14 or something.
Yeah,
I can go do my missions, you can go do yours, and it's like, yo, cool. I need a squad. Like, yo, let's go link up so we can go fight this boss.
Yeah,
done.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Like, even if the game itself is bad, that concept is fire.
Idea.
So it's like, give me that in that new Grand Blue and sign me up. Like, you know what I mean?
So yeah,
it might just be there.
GameStop gave it 4 out of 5, and IGN gave it 5 out of 10. So it's like they didn't get the greatest reviews, but that concept, you guys, video game devs, take that concept and put that in your RPGs. For
real. Put it in all your games.
Put it in all them MMO story-based kind of.
I want to play with my friends all the time.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just had I just found that really cool.
That's dope, man. Yeah, like I'm usually not the most excited about an MMO. I'm usually not. But this Crimson Desert has me hyped. Hyped. I'm very, very interested. Like, if it's more than anything else, I'm interested to play something like this, something completely different, not out of my comfort zone, but something I usually don't just jump at unless like the gang is already on it. It's I'll play this MMO with y'all. But like this looks very cool, very different, and I'm excited to try it.
Yeah.
Crimson Desert by Pearl Abyss.
Pearl Abyss.
The same people that did Black Desert, right?
For me, yeah, they did Black Desert. For me, excuse me, dude, like I said, I was having a really hard time. I was eyeing Wukong. I was like, Wukong, that game is looking crazy, and that is absolutely on my list. The problem
where is that coming out though?
It's slated for 2021, but no confirmed date. So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They can push it back. They don't know. We don't know. There's no, it just says 2021, hopefully, basically. And are we even getting it in America?
Right.
No.
I was going to say, like,
yeah, that's another thing. Yeah.
If it just says 2021, then fine. Hopefully it's coming out that year. But if we're not even confirmed getting it, I see why you kind of backed off. It's Black Myth, right? Is that what it's called?
Yep. Wukong Black Myth.
Black Myth.
That's a shame because, man, that game is a looker.
It looks.
Yeah, that game looks like Goopy Goblin Gamer Brain, man. I'm telling you, it looks like it'll please a lot of people, but all I care about is myself. So Goopy Goblin Gamer Brain, if you have that, I'm probably going to at least try your game. I'm going to at least try your game. You got any aspect of that. But so we don't know if it's coming to us or not. And with that being said, you guys know that I really, really, really wanted to try the Medium because I thought it was really cool about how you live in where you're playing the entire game in two separate dimensions at the same exact time, which is absolutely insane to me. But that's not my pick. My pick is actually Ghostwire Tokyo. That game, yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo. Because I don't know. It just looks so unheard of. Like, what even is this game? Like, I still don't even know what this game is. And it just hypes me up to see.
I remember when you mentioned it when we was on the phone. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me go look because you're a little too hype about this.
Yeah, it's like,
yo, what is this game?
Like,
the whole time.
Know what this game is, and it's by the makers of The Evil Within, which I've never played that series, but I heard that series was great.
Oh, that series is good.
It's a good
I played
series,
the first one, not the second one, but the first one was fun.
Yeah, I heard the series was great.
It's Bethesda's studio, but they're not the devs, right?
Yeah, so this game is published by Bethesda, but devved by Tango Gameworks.
Tango Gameworks.
And it's actually still coming to PS5. Ooh. Still coming to PS5 as a limited what are they calling it? A timed
console exclusive.
Timed console exclusive. Yeah, that's what they're calling it.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer again. This is wild.
It's weird. I don't know what's going on, but new IPs, completely new games is what we need. We need like just adventuring, just like exploring the realm of creation. Just have at it. So this is something.
And it's that aspect which kind of really drew me to. If y'all most likely remember, this was one of the very first games that we saw that they said was going to come out for the PS5. The Kenna Bridge of Spirits.
Oh, Kenna's coming out next year.
Q1 this year. I mean, Q1 next year. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I didn't know Kenna was coming out. Yeah,
unfortunately, it could be like, oh yeah, we're gonna delay it, like they could for any of these games.
Yeah, they could delay anything, but based on the
the
date that they give us.
And now that there's gameplay of this, because I think when we first saw it, it was just visuals.
They had some gameplay a little bit, but they didn't. You know how they
but not as much as they do now.
With the teasers.
I'm looking at it again, and I'm like, I have to play this.
I want to know what's up with the.
Oh yeah,
this is beautiful.
I definitely want to play that game.
Me too.
All of these games I'm interested in. Like Ghostwire Tokyo looks so wonky, it's so cool, so different. Like I want to play all these games.
Now, what Sony needs to do is hurry up and push that update so I could put an internal drive in there because I'm already running out of space.
Yeah, I don't got no space
already.
My game already told me, yo, it's getting kind of full over here, cousin.
Bro.
Really?
Yeah,
your console on that?
I already had to delete stuff, and I literally don't have anything on there. It's
I had COD full on there, so I just deleted that.
Huh?
I wanted to actually play the COD campaign, but that is what filled up my drive, so I just deleted it.
COD campaign. I don't even know what that is. Which is hilarious because I've been talking about this recently, how I actually want to play a first-person shooter, like story game, because the last first-person shooter story game I played was Black for PS2, I think it was. think Black was for PS2. I'm almost positive Black was for
Let me
PS2.
verify your suspicions.
But
Yep, it was.
It was? Yeah.
It was.
So that was the last one I played. And then B was like, oh, why don't you play the
was
Call
an
of
EA
Duty
game.
story? And I was like, the what?
So basically, you're scared.
Nah,
You're scared. That's what we
nah,
attributed to because you was like, "Oh, why would I want to play the hardest thing in existence? If I step out on the boat, kill. Step out on the boat,
oh
kill."
yes.
I'm like,
Bro,
"Come on, man."
The last story, the last Call of Duty story I played, we won't even say played. I'll say attempted to try was
Attempted
Modern
to
Warfare
try.
2's
Right.
campaign. And like after
That
the first
campaign.
mission is that Medal of Honor Frontline first mission. What is like the Battle of Normandy? Is that what it's called? I don't
Right,
know.
where they storm the
Yeah.
shores of
When they
Normandy.
start when you
Yeah.
hop off the boat and they on the wall and they just shooting down on you, bro. You
That's
play that
not
game,
in Modern Warfare, bro.
Modern Warfare 2?
Yes.
No, fam.
Then what's the
no.
first mission? That's what it was. That's what it felt like.
Isn't that the airport?
Well,
No, I
it's
didn't get to the airport.
Well, what he's saying is after airport. Well,
After
no,
airport?
because the
Okay.
airport's the first thing where you actually have to
Mhm.
do like
Where you
do
gotta do
the terrorist
that.
thing, and the game asks you like it prompts you like, are you sure you want to look at this content because it can be whatever. Then you
Yeah.
walk into the airport and you shoot
and
all the
then you shoot
civilians.
everybody. Okay, yeah,
After
yeah.
that, I think you do the beach thing that you can talk
Okay,
about.
yeah, whatever. I
Okay.
just remember hopping off a boat and dying, bro. That's all I remember. That's
Hopping off a
I
boat?
got PTSD. I'm emotionally
My
scarred
man
from
is
hopping
scarred
off a
from a
boat and
mission
dying. Like, bro, all you
from
do
over
is
10
hop
years
off
ago.
a boat and die. Like that's literally all you do. Soon as the game loads, you get off the boat and you die. The game loads
Hey,
and you
it was 10 years ago. Get over it.
And I'm sure if you went back and played it now, you probably beat it.
You would
like,
probably wax
oh, wow, I missed this part. I could have
And
took
peep
over
game,
here.
they've remastered the campaign, so you can actually
Yo.
download that and verify that for
Man,
yourself.
It was
Oh yeah, I forgot about
OD.
that. I forgot they did
was-
that. I forgot they
And
did
the
that.
Modern Warfare campaign is actually really good.
I heard Cold War.
This is coming from a
campaign.
non-COD fan.
Yeah, I heard the Cold War thing was really interesting and cool and new and different. I heard it was cool. I don't know. I didn't play it myself. I heard it was really cool though.
I'll get to it eventually once
Cool
I have
thing
enough
about
space
this new
to
gen
download
is that you get to download what you want. So I have
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Listen, bro.
That's it. That's so dope to me. I love that you don't have
Hey,
to download
Yeah, that's
everything.
the
I'm
only
trying to-
game that does that right now. But I'm pretty sure we'll
Oh,
see
is
it
it?
down the
I
line.
didn't know that.
What?
Well, the only game on my system right now that does that allows partial install.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have FIFA 21, and I don't think you can separate the solo modes from the online modes.
Yeah,
Stuff
I mean,
like that.
honestly, every game should do that. That has online aspect because like Call of Duty has a lot. You have zombies. You have
That's the
story
thing.
mode.
Yeah,
you
Call
have
of Duty's like 8
multiplayer.
games in one.
Yeah, you got
Crazy.
Warzone. Like
Yeah,
they
there's a
got lot
VR.
going
There's
on.
yeah. You're right. And on top of that, it's a huge file. Like if something's like 60 gigs, it's like whatever, give me the whole thing.
Yeah.
But COD is like 200 gigs,
Yeah,
bro.
they
Like 200 gigs, dude.
Like, you gotta let me pick what I want. It's a lot
they
of
eat
content.
at your space. They
Yeah, it's a lot of content.
don't like your
Like,
space.
man, games are just getting too. Games are going to be terabytes soon. Give it like 10 years. Terabytes.
10
That soon?
years. A terabyte, bro.
I give it 10 years. Because, we got Microsoft coming out with quadruple A studios. They need to store all those visuals somewhere.
that
Any
actually,
way to bring up Perfect Dark.
I
Anyway,
didn't say Perfect Dark. I said Microsoft and quadruple A
that,
studios.
you know what? That actually makes sense to me that games were going to be a terabyte in 10 years because in 10 years, that's when we are actually going to be inside the game. So it's got to have enough space inside the game to hold a
get him,
person.
Key.
You know
Tell
what I
him.
mean?
Tell
So
him.
it
Because in
has to
10
be a
years,
terabyte.
if VR is not what I think it is in my brain,
Yeah, I'm getting real tired of wearing the excessively large ski goggles on my face
If
just
VR
to impersonate my presence.
If VR isn't like the training missions in Star Ocean 3, I don't want it.
I think that's AR,
AR, VR.
oh yeah, that's the augmented reality.
augmented reality.
Wait, what's the difference between
well,
no augmented?
either way.
Like kind of puts it in front of you, right?
Right. It's like
Yeah.
when you're looking
But
through
VR
a
is
peripheral, it's in front
VR
of you.
is
Yeah.
virtual reality, right?
Right. You're
Yes.
you're in
You're
that
in it.
world.
You're
So
in
no,
that
that's VR.
virtual reality.
It's VR
Bro,
because
whatever.
you
Give
go
me
into
all
the
of it
booth.
together.
Listen,
to
listen, look, peep game,
experience
peep
the
game,
hot
peep game.
stuff that we all want.
alternate reality. Boom.
you
Whatever.
yeah, man. I just want to be in the game and kill stuff
Right.
with my sword and my gun.
Wait,
with my
what's that
sword,
combo?
with my sword and my gun.
I want to be
Come on.
like, what's the name of that game? That old game. Dude had a sword and a shotgun. What's that RPG?
RPG and a sword and a... Nah, fam.
Oh
You're
man,
barking up the
I
wrong
want to
tree.
say Alundra, but it's not Alundra.
No, it's not Alundra. It's not
Not
Alundra.
Alundra.
It
Because
is.
that was Flint. He had a
Hold
sword.
on, really quick. Hold on. You said an RPG.
It's an RPG. I
Okay.
had actually had the
JRPG? Like
second
old
one.
school
The
draw?
second one came out for PS2, and it was a guy with a red cape. I see the image in my head. He's got on a red cape, and he had a sword in one hand, a shotgun in the other, and it was an RPG for PS1.
A shotgun or like one of those like pirate pistols, like a blunderbuss.
May or may not have been a blunder, but it was a strap. He had a gun.
Man's was gripped up. You know what I mean?
Fans had the tool.
Man's had
Yeah.
a sword and
It was 1,000 arms.
the grip.
No, but I love Thousand Arms. That was a great game. That was a phenomenal game.
It was all right.
Yo,
good.
you
That was a good
clearly
game.
never even played Thousand Arms. You just
I
call it
haven't.
game. Huh?
That was a
I got
good
my-
game.
I got my PS Classic. I might put it on.
Thousand
there.
Arms was the first game that I know about that introduced the relationship aspect into gaming. And this is a PlayStation 1 game where you made friends or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever the case may be. Like that was my first instance with that game. But yeah, way to get off track. I don't even know how we got
Hey
there.
man,
Listen, man.
we are
this is just what we
known.
do.
known.
We be talking about games, man. That's what we do on
That's
this
what's
show.
important.
That
So
is
since you want
what
to get
we
back
do.
on track, Key.
I'm sorry.
Are we getting back
Wait, is
on
that
track?
bad?
Yeah.
Is that
Or are
bad?
we going back down the rabbit hole of
Am I-
old JRPGs?
You know what? It honestly doesn't matter because we're just gonna find another rabbit hole to dig. So
We're gonna find
let's
another
just
way
go
to get
for
in.
it.
There's always a rabbit hole in video gaming.
Bro, what is?
We're gonna find a way to get here.
All right, I found what I'm looking for.
Did you?
What is your second game, Reese?
I told you my second game.
You told me?
Yeah, that shows you how much you were listening.
Wait.
Kenna.
What?
Kenna.
Kenna.
Right.
Kenna.
Kenna. The spirits.
Go ahead. Ask me what my first game was, Key. Go ahead.
Nope, I'm not doing that.
Oh, I can't stand you.
Because I remember exactly what your first game was, but we should move on.
I'm curious though. What was it? Because I forgot. What was my first game, Key?
No,
Man's forgot his own first game.
That's wild.
oh man.
Well, mine were Horizon Forbidden West and Crimson Desert.
And mine was Returnal and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Reese was
Fine.
Deathloop. Go ahead.
and Kenna Bridge of Spirit.
Oh,
Since somebody wants me forgetting my game.
I'm sorry. I have a
Because
brain
Reese and
thing.
his delay.
Um,
Deathloop, Kenna. Which,
Kenna.
for me, I'm excited for all six of those. All six.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, mine is Deathloop.
Mine's definitely for
I
you,
want to
right?
see what it's like when it hits because it doesn't. It's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely like of the six, it's the bottom for me.
Yeah.
But I still want to play it.
So yeah, with that being said, this is the last episode of the year of 2020. And
It's
with
been
the
a
year of
long
2020,
time.
we had we just had a lot happen. This has been one extremely crazy year. This is actually
crazy.
our 33rd episode. When did we? Oh, I wish I knew when we started. I should have looked into that. I think we started in March.
Like, our first episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was March.
April.
Yeah.
No, it couldn't have been
No.
March. No,
No,
It'd been
no, it
at
was
least
May.
2
It
months
was
later
May.
than that. Yeah,
Hey,
around
Listen.
there.
Yeah. Bro.
Yeah, because I
I'm
remember
terrible with names, so
actually
don't listen to me.
one of the very first game we talked about was Final Fantasy. Well, it was kind of Final Fantasy VII. It was right when that game came out, and like we didn't want to know if we wanted to spoil it or not. And also, Kingdom Hearts 3 was fresh in our mind, and
Or fresh in your mind of disappointment.
Well, yeah. Well, we were coming off of that.
Yeah, we were coming off of
kind of
Kingdom
era
Hearts 3.
because Kingdom Hearts 3 came out in that winter prior to the year, right? It came out in 2019.
And y'all would not stop talking about it. Oh
Dude,
man,
because
because
it
it hurt. Because it hurt.
15-year
I know.
wait. It was like
No, 'cause
everybody
it hurt.
waiting for Final Fantasy VII remake to come out. Like everybody, like, bro, 15-year wait, and then this is what you give me.
Yeah, bro. Like my biggest thing is it was just way too easy. They give you too much. They give you too much.
You come out
Just
the
way
gate
too-
going crazy. You really
Like
do.
this,
come
like
out
the
the
story
gate.
was still cool. It was still Kingdom Hearts.
KH2 critically acclaimed.
Crazy, huh?
Was it KH2 critically acclaimed?
I think
Kingdom
the whole
Hearts-
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 2.8, 2.7, 3.5, all fire. The newest
I'm just trying to
one
figure out,
is,
like,
they
you
missed
know,
it.
you're hot on the heels of the hottest thing right now. Like, you have Kingdom Hearts, you have everyone's attention. Disney and Square working together. Who would have thought this?
I know.
And then you want to wait, like,
Well, no,
X amount
that's
of
the
years.
thing. That's the thing. They had Kingdom Hearts 1, they had Kingdom Hearts 2, and then they gave us Kingdom Hearts 1.5, which was the GBA card game, which
Chain of Memories.
Chain of Memories, yeah, which I actually really loved. I love that game.
Great game.
So they had Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Chain of Memories. And then at the end of 2, you saw like a sword in the sand, and you're like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna be something crazy, and there's a bunch of different, like, it was armors all in the sand. It's like, yo, this is about to be nuts. And then I don't know. I personally feel, I can only say how I personally feel about it.
Mhm.
I feel like they're like, yo, we have them in the palm of our hands. Like they literally had all of their fans in the palm of their hands with this game because the series was so touching, and it was like, let's milk it. And that's just how I feel they went. They put out so many, and if I watched a 40-minute just like explanation of the entire
I did the
story
same thing
before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, just so I can get myself prepared, and it makes almost no sense. Like I don't understand. Like a character took his eye and gave it to somebody so he can see in the future. Like, bro, it doesn't like it's wild.
It's definitely some Grant Morrison type.
Yeah,
Invisibles, like it's crazy. Like
yo,
the
it's
story,
a crazy story.
Like you gotta pay attention.
Dude, I'm telling you. And then they just dropped like 500 games in between all that, and then they finally give us Kingdom Hearts 3, and it was just disappointing.
And at the same time, possibly trying to loop and bring together all that wildness that they brought between 2 and 3.
Yeah,
well, yeah. Of course, they included Frozen and the big worlds like that to get new fans to get the game. But my biggest beef with the game was the difficulty. Other than that, it was still Kingdom Hearts. I still love the battle system, the story, all of the things you love about Kingdom Hearts are there. It's just wicked easy. Like you could beat the game in your sleep. Like it's like 2 minutes into the game, into your first battle, you're like, okay, I remember how to do it. I remember how to attack. I remember how to use my magic. And then they're like, here's a Ferris wheel. What?
You just
throw a Ferris wheel at somebody? Like
summons.
You're way too OP.
Throwing
because
teacups.
Because then later, right, you actually get the actual summons where you get to summon like you get to summon Simba, and it's too much.
You're doing
a
lot.
You're too powerful.
And
you're way too OP.
One of our Discord members who normally plays games on normal put the game on hard and said it was too easy.
Yeah, like they missed the mark with that, man.
And yeah, but also, yeah, they really that was just a super huge bummer. But
no, yeah. Before you go, all that to say, our first episode was May 19th.
May 19th. That's good to know.
I'm gonna forget later
because we still care.
But really quick, just to go back really quick.
Yeah.
Ark the Lad was the name of the game. The guy.
I remember Ark the Lad. That's a good game.
I remember Ark the Lad.
Yeah. You're the one that put me on the Ark the Lad.
Yeah. Ark the Lad.
Ark the Lad.
Now, I can remember that PS2 Star Troopers game I was talking about.
Yo, that's crazy. Oh man.
But yeah, as I was saying earlier, 2020 was a crazy year. We had a lot going on. A lot happened. B, you want to take it?
Yeah, I can.
Let's go, Chief.
I can dive us into this. All right,
Chief.
2020, in terms of gaming, man, 2020 was a monumental year for gaming. They've gaming just did numbers and had eyeballs on it that it just hadn't had in years. The boom in gaming in 2020 is just absurd. And there was a lot of experiences, right? There was a lot of highs, a lot of lows, which we'll get into all that stuff. But the first thing that I really want to touch on about 2020 was two games in particular. Among Us and Fall Guys. More Among Us, because I feel like what's happened with gaming, and this is just how I feel in watching it become a thing over the last 20, 25 years, is that usually the people kind of stay on the surface level, right? Like they play Call of Duty, they play NBA 2K, they play FIFA, just the big commercial games, and that's kind of as far as they go. Like if there's something that might pique their interest or whatever, but usually it's just what's on the surface, what they can get their hands on, what has like the huge ads and things like that. And for Among Us, which is kind of a game that would fall in the lap of us, right? And when I say us, I mean the people who are on the show, the people who watch the show. We kind of dive past that commercial surface and we see so many different types of games and genres and things. And it meant a lot to me to see a game that people would never get, never play, never give airtime to, and have it reach the masses in a way that these types of indie games just don't get that kind of shine, that kind of light of day. So Among Us is one of those games that like the average person wouldn't know what it is, but yet you have athletes and congresswomen streaming this game and bringing people together. Like it was a huge deal. Fall Guys and Among Us just brought the gaming world to the masses and then helped bring all of the people together. So I just wanted to give a huge shout out to the teams of those two games. Phenomenal. 2020 has been crazy, but Among Us and Fall Guys, masterful.
Political candidates playing video games.
Unprecedented. Shout out to AOC.
Political candidates playing games is one thing, which is absolutely insane to talk about or whatever, to tweet about. Political candidates streaming video games on live, playing with fans on Twitch or playing, just playing with other streamers on Twitch is insane.
It's nuts. It's nuts, man.
It's insane.
It really is. It's a testament to what we got going on out here. It's just, and for it to be a game like that, like a small game from a small studio, like, what is it, 4 people who made this game?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about 4 people, I think.
About 4 people.
Like, and you can see how much it meant to the community and that team. Like when you watch them at the VGAs and they're breaking out into tears, like that's not just because they won. That's because this thing means a lot to the world. Like it means so much to the community. So yeah, man, that was my thing with 2020. It's been a crazy year, blah blah blah. Games like that and are why I play video games and why I love the community and the culture where we're not being toxic and slinging stuff at you. This is this type of stuff that we're capable of, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. So we had Fall Guys come, we had Among Us come, 2 phenomenal games. We had Genshin Impact make a crazy impact when it hit.
Nice.
When it hit, that game hit hard. People came out and loved it. My brother is probably playing it right now. Like he's still obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Because of this game, I learned about the term. Now, don't make fun of me. I learned about the term whaling because of this game. I never heard of it before until this game came out. And if you don't know what whaling means, it's when, I think it's mostly a streamer, but it's when a player plays a gacha type game and just dumps copious amount of cash into it. And
stupid dollars.
Yeah, that's what people do. They go whaling. You literally how much did you whale on this game? And you just
what?
Yeah. It's like
I didn't know this term either. I was today years old because I'm not that well. Like
Yeah.
I don't really spend money on microtransactions and stuff like that. Rarely. It depends on the game.
Mhm.
Rarely.
Yeah.
So
So
dudes be wailing,
whaling
huh?
is huge, dude. If you're a streamer, like people will donate just so you can whale.
So you can wail. Interesting.
Wild.
Interesting. Well, I know. I get that concept. I get that concept.
Yeah.
Huh? Like because you want to see them engage and enjoy the
and pull
content, and
packs
you want to
hopefully
enjoy
they get-
them enjoying the content.
Yeah,
so
you're
like,
just
yeah,
having a good
I
time.
can
It's
see
like,
it. I
yo,
can see it.
come on, buy some packs. Yo, here $5 or whatever.
I can get
whatever
behind
it
that. I
is.
can get behind that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like back in the day, like when like you go to your local card shop and like somebody just wants to see you open some packs, and they might, here, man, like here's half of the box. Come open it with me just to
Yeah,
get that,
every
just
trip.
to feel
yeah.
that. Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
can get behind that. I can get behind that.
I suppose I'll
I'm not
allow it.
wailing. I'm not gonna
I'm not
wail
wailing.
on a
Forget
gotcha.
that.
I'm just not gonna do it. But
I did that
can see
once,
that-
never again.
You did. What game is
Well,
this?
I wouldn't call it whaling, but I spent way more money than I typically would on a gacha.
Would you?
It was this game called it's called Auto Raid RPG. It had this card system.
Auto.
Oh,
I think
you
I
got
know Auto
yeah.
Raid.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think. Well, no, I don't think y'all may have seen it, but yeah, it was this gacha, but it had a card system. So you had these 5 cards. Those were your party members. They all had abilities. It is. I'll see if I can find a video. It's kind of hard to explain.
Gotcha. But yeah, man, Genshin Impact did some things, man. They came out of nowhere. It is a gotcha game, but they tweaked a couple things and they made it Breath of the Wild pretty, and it slaps. People just spend copious amounts of money on this thing. It's crazy.
And now it is a category. I find myself, even though there's a bunch of other games that I could mention, I could say, oh, this has like a Genshin like type of gameplay. Like this is Genshin
Right,
like.
yeah.
This is what I say now. Like that is
Right.
the first
It was
thing that comes to
never.
my mind.
It was never Dragalia. It was never this
Nah,
game. Never that. It was
nah.
never
Even if it's
Auto
open world.
Raid or whatever. It was Genshin.
I could say it's been around longer and it has just a massive effect, maybe even bigger. But I could say, oh, this is like Breath of the Wild. It's like it's kind of like. But the first thing that comes to my mind is Genshin, just because it's the impact they made. It's just how they went about their style of gameplay, what they did with it, and how groundbreaking it was, especially over here.
Yeah, man. Like again, like the limitations and things on the multiplayer is why I don't play it. But when it first dropped, and like I had so much fun with that thing. Like
It was definitely fun. Won't take that away.
Playing with the hope to like get to level 10 so I can play with my friends and just log was so much fun. Like the combat, the elemental reactions, all that is just top tier. It's top tier. It's really good.
Yeah.
Really, really
There's
good.
only one game that I actually spent money on was it was actually Dragalia. That
right.
I almost spent money on Dragalia. Almost.
The management, what is it called? The farming. It's not, there's a word for it, but
yeah, I don't know the word, but I know what you're talking about.
You have to take care of the home. You got to level up. It's kind of got that old game effect. You got to come back every 10 minutes to make sure you level up.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I spent money on O game.
And I love that. Oh, you did?
Like the
I spent like
build stuff.
I spent like a couple hundred on O game back in the day. Not even a joke.
Something management.
Resource management.
Resource management. There it is.
Goes. Yeah. You got resource management for back home so you can level up stuff at your crib and you go out and do missions. And then I was like, yo, well, wait, I want these dope characters. I want this dragon. Like, so I bought a couple.
The only thing I hate about the mobile gacha is that battery system. Like it takes a certain amount of your battery in order to perform these actions.
Right.
Like you gotta wait for your battery to charge before you can perform more actions.
And if you run out of battery, you gotta either spend money to get more battery or wait a set amount of time until
I hate that.
Get more battery so you can go do a mission. I hate that.
Yep.
And Genshin doesn't have that. You can just
Genshin
play.
doesn't have it.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, gacha, where's the battery system? Okay, there isn't one. Okay,
No battery system.
There's no battery system.
You just play.
Maybe it might be going away. Good. Because that has to go. You want me to spend money on your exclusive currency.
And I gotta wait.
And packs. And I gotta wait.
No.
Crazy. You gotta go.
So speaking of crazy, we had actually a couple of other crazy things that happened this year. But to run through some of the games that we got The Last of Us 2, which was phenomenal. One game
All
of
the
the
awards.
year. Ghost of Tsushima, which blew a lot of people away. Hades, which was almost Brandon's game of the year. B's game of the year. We had Next Gen drop this. Like
can we talk about it? Can we
Next Gen
talk
came
about
out
it?
this year.
Next gen. You always like. I'm already waiting for next gen. It's just something that's always on the top of your mind. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have this, but what can they come up with next? Like in about 3-4 years, I'm gonna be like, all right, this is cool. When's PX6 coming out? When is Xbox?
Yo, real talk.
When is Xbox, whatever the hell they're gonna name it now, going to come out? Because
The thing about
we're not
this is,
gonna.
Hold on,
You
real
know
quick.
what? That's actually a whole B. That's a whole nother conversation. I already know.
you about to
Yo,
talk
Phil.
about
You know
the
what?
naming
Go
convention?
ahead,
Because
go
I
ahead.
was about to get into
Go
it too.
Phil,
You know what? Let's go. Whatever.
we love you over here, dog. Like we fans.
Mhm.
You got to do better with the names,
Yo,
bro.
the naming Phil,
It started
bro,
Xbox.
my friend.
Cool. Xbox? Yeah, that's a cool name. Xbox 360.
What does it mean?
You know what?
Phil.
Fine.
Phil. Let me
Go ahead.
interject really quick. I
Yes,
just need
yes,
to tell
yes, yes,
Phil,
yes.
my boy
Take
Phil.
it away.
Mr.
Q.
Spencer.
Y'all need to stop with this naming convention. Get it together. Just stop right now. Whatever you're doing, whatever you have going on right now, stop it. Rework, redo, retry again, please, because it's terrible.
Retry
Bro.
again.
It's
You
absolutely
have
terrible.
such a cool product, dude. Like the whole Xbox world, X Cloud,
All of
Xbox
that.
Game Pass. The Series X is powerful. It's dope. Why is it called that?
Xbox.
Bro, if I
360.
tell my moms, like,
And
mom,
then-
can you go get me an Xbox One? And she goes on eBay, and she's like, oh, $30 for a console? I got you. Yeah, you want the Xbox? Yeah, I got you. This is right there. Like, why is your Xbox in Xbox? Like, why?
Fam, I was about to say that. It goes 360, then one?
One.
I need answers.
You already have. Go ahead.
That's the third iteration. Like that's the third installment.
That's
What?
the third
You know
one,
what?
and it's called the One. But the
Is it-
Xbox, so what? The Xbox is just called the Xbox, and then you
Your
got
Xbox is the
Xbox One.
Xbox.
That's not
Your
confusing.
second console contains the number of what should have been in your third console.
Like
And then the
I
fourth one.
understand. Yeah,
And
go
then,
ahead.
no. Before we even get to the fourth one, y'all decide to pull an Apple and separate them. Now we have X and S.
Right.
Wait, before
Right.
before
Because
we
you
even
had the
get-
Elite and
before
all
we
that.
even get to series, you have the Xbox One X and one Xbox.
Yeah,
Series
that's what I'm
X.
saying. The
So,
Xbox One S and the One X.
because of that naming convention, when the pre-order came out, a bunch of people bought the One X by accident. A bunch of people. It came out on in some articles that a bunch of people bought the One X thinking that it was the next gen Series X console.
The Series X.
I mean, it's an easy mistake to make with that
Yes.
naming convention, bro. Like, okay, I get it. You didn't want to be conventional and do numbers. Okay, but you got to come up with something so that way
Sequential.
you don't shoot yourself in the foot going forward. Because, like, with a Jordan brand, the ones are always the ones. It doesn't matter if they change the color scheme. It doesn't matter what they do. If they change some of the materials, it's a one. That's what it looks like always. You
It's
know when you
the
see it.
one.
When you see the PS1, you know what it is. You know what I mean? It's locked in. Your naming convention is messed up, bro. Like there's too many X's and S's going on. It's a mess.
It's
a
crazy.
mess.
Nintendo naming convention is easier. Like, all their consoles have the word Nintendo in it.
Right,
Nintendo
they're-
64, Nintendo GameCube,
Yeah.
all that other stuff. So you know.
And we got
Besides the Wii and Wii U, I didn't.
Wii U.
Wii and Wii U, yeah. But now
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch. We
But
know now.
It was
But,
always
but
a
it's-
different name that
yes,
separated itself
completely
completely. Yeah.
You guys here, you have the one as your third and your 360 as your second. Now you have a series of consoles. Yo,
Stop.
make up
Stop,
your
stop,
mind.
stop.
But all that to
But-
say, next gen is cool, man. There's obviously stuff that you always want to have in your mind when you buy something new, especially these expensive pieces of hardware, that you want them to do certain things, and maybe with patches and time they will get there. But that aside, because we've talked about that enough,
Yeah.
they are amazing pieces of hardware.
They
just
are.
Also,
They're
they're
awesome,
still
dude.
Oh, go
they're
ahead.
still in beta. The
Yeah,
the
yeah.
devs of games haven't pushed it to its full potential yet. Like we don't really know exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't. No, I'm not saying we don't. We haven't seen exactly what the devs are capable of with these games. It just came out. They haven't pushed their limits.
This always happens.
Games, with
So the previous generation, well, no, I can't say that because this generation is unprecedented. PS3 to PS4, we didn't have games crashing because it was pushing the console to its absolute 100%, 110% limit. Now we have a generation where games are crashing on the previous gen console on both versions of the game. We have semi-incomplete consoles being released that have issues of their own, which is slowly getting mitigated. I haven't really seen those issues when we first got the PlayStations. But, and I don't know. I'm indifferent. This is a console generation where I'm indifferent. Where if I didn't exactly have the PS5, I wouldn't be flipping out. Whereas previously, I was in line to get my PS4 right at GameStop and go home and play the games immediately.
I can get behind that sentiment because, like you were saying, when you went from the 1 to the 2, there was huge technological advancement. So you had to have it. From the 2 to the 3.
From the 2 to the 3, we went from standard depth to HD.
Right, and you had to have it. Then from the 3 to 4, I don't know. I feel like I got tricked with the 3 to 4. I feel like I got duped.
3 to 4, that's when they started. That's when they introduced this.
I feel like they made me had to have it.
But the 3 to 4, there was some great changes. Like we finally was able to talk to our friends regardless of what we were playing.
Yes, software-wise, yes. Yeah. But the actual hardware-wise,
I'm trying to stay on hardware for a little bit. No, it wasn't. Really so what they did in this generation, the PS3 was the first. The mid-generation refresh.
Yes. Okay.
So for the first time, I lied. No, yes, it was the PS3 because there was one for PS2. They had the fatback and they had the slim. But it was the same exact internals essentially. So the only thing that changed was how it looked.
Right.
The PS3 was the first generation. I believe this is the seventh. That's the 7th generation of gaming, where they actually altered the internals based on the console that you got. So there was the original, then there was the slim, and then the super slim. Actually, no, none of the internals changed between those iterations, just the externals.
Yeah, but the slim and the
this generation,
super tiny one or whatever.
The super slim, This generation, when they gave us the slim, it was a slightly weaker version of the base version, and the Pro was a slightly more powerful version of the base.
Right.
So now I'm like, okay, I have this PS5 right now. How many years is it before they dupe me? And
probably
they bring out
this
probably
already
1 to 2 years.
Card, right? No.
Yeah. This is the beta. This is like an iPhone. You get the first version of the iPhone, and then like 3 years later, they come out with that version S. That version S plus X and Y equals MSB plus squared, whatever they call it.
Right.
Like that's what's gonna happen. It always happens.
Yeah, so like with the iPhone, the first year, it's the new number, and then the year after, it's
the different technological worlds are slowly meshing into one another. They're looking at these, I'm like, they release these iterations, but why can't wait?
I mean, they sell $1,000 phone, So yeah, man. The next gen is a huge deal, so we definitely wanted to spend a little bit of time on it. If you don't have these consoles yet,
don't rush.
I don't think it's recommended to rush to get them like in previous years, but they are freaking cool, and the promise of what's coming is exciting. I haven't I specifically try to only play PS5 games on my PS5 just because there's literally no load times, like none. It's fire. It's the sickest thing in the world.
That's the last thing I was gonna mention. Like, man, out of all the things I've said, this generation has definitely spoiled us,
bro. I
still have my PS4, so
my PS4 is gone.
I'll take Rainbow Six Siege as an example. On the PS4, boy, you can start that game, join the clique, go upstairs, make a sandwich, come back downstairs. You'll probably be in there on time. PS5, 22 seconds. So that's it.
Yeah. So, well, along with the drop that was next gen, we got what was supposed to come before next gen, but it got delayed and delayed and delayed, and then became a cyberpunk disaster. We got Cyberpunk 2077, which it's still blowing up articles right now. Like, it was tough to find something that is not a Cyberpunk article that's happening in the news right now because
Yeah,
it's
you
one
were
of the
laughing
biggest
at me.
events that happened this year. Like the Cyberpunk release itself is one of the biggest events that happened this
Right,
year.
right. It's one of the
Like it
One of the
was
biggest things that's happened in gaming, period.
in
This
gaming
the
like,
most
because
botched.
it so first of all, it was the most anticipated game of the year, right? Even when it was March, even when it was pushed to September, even when it was pushed to November, even when they finally said it was coming to December, even when it pushed games that was supposed to come out in December to next year, Q1 next year.
Even when the stock started to drop.
Even when stocks
Even when the stock
dropping,
started to drop.
everything about it was still the most anticipated game.
Even as they are getting sued by their investors as we speak.
all of that, and it still was the most anticipated game. It came out and it crashed.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened.
It came out
that's
and
exactly
crashed.
what happened.
Like
It came out and
Okay,
crashed.
you reminded me. Oh, and this makes me sick. This is why I'm not playing the game right now. I was literally playing the game earlier. I was driving someone around and they were commenting on my crazy drive. I'm like, don't crash. Game crashed. Almost.
it was actually
the
talking to
way
the
the
console.
game crashes is just funny to me right now. It makes me sick.
It was actually just talking to the console.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, man. I honestly I love that game. I honestly love that game. I love it, and I think it's an amazing game. And I think the ideas behind it was so well thought out and put together. They was in the lab when they was putting pen to pad to create this game. Like they really thought out a lot.
They were in the lab. There was so much going on in this game. It's crazy.
The idea behind it was great. It's just the execution. It needed minimum a year, maybe even 2, really, like probably like another 2 years to get everything out.
Yep,
because I actually
agree.
saw a video. Somebody shared it with me. I forget who it was, but somebody shared a video of comparing Cyberpunk 2077 to Grand Theft Auto 5. And like just the subtle differences graphically. I'm not even talking about like graphical glitches. Just like what was in the game graphically was insane. Like you can't. I didn't even know this, but you can't break a car window on Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, like little stuff like that.
Yeah, when a car falls into water in Grand Theft Auto, you see the splash, and it slowly, like a real car, slowly dips into the water. Cyberpunk 2077, it just goes in the water. There's no effects.
It goes,
it falls to the bottom.
It's kind of chipped.
It's like and you can.
It's weird that you can't shoot the car glass, but you can bust out almost any other window.
And also,
you can shoot the windows.
Well, that's it. It seems like they had to make compromises for that type of stuff, right? Because you want it to be more graphically enhanced, so you run it, you make it look all crazy polished, whatever. Because Grand Theft Auto looks good, but it doesn't look like when Cyberpunk's running the way it's supposed to run. It doesn't look as good as Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
But because it's not that good looking, it gives you it's a lot of
I believe if the game had more time, if they had more time to work out all their kinks and stuff like that, they could have got it to be able to do those things. So that you can't shoot out tires. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can't do. There's a lot of stuff that you can't do. And I don't know if that just wasn't their focus, because like there's a lot of stuff that you can't do in The Division, for instance. I remember B was pissed you couldn't prone on a car.
You can't roll off.
You can't roll off the car. You'll roll on the hood looking like a fool.
Now I don't you know what I'm saying? But it's a shooter game, like, and normally you're supposed to be able to do stuff like that. So I don't know if that is something that they were looking to implement, or they were just like, nah, we're not gonna have that whatsoever. But I just believe that if they had more time to work on this game, it could have been done. I think if that's something they were interested in doing.
Yeah, I'll gladly give them that. It still is an RPG, and you normally don't see a lot of that stuff in RPGs, but you also don't see a lot of the stuff that they did in the RPGs, right?
They did a lot.
The game is again, on top of all of its technical problems, its problems with the investors and management, all of those things aside, the game for what they wanted to do is still fire. There's a lot of stuff, like the little stuff that we love about our GTAs, where it's super attention to detail that we love, that we wanted to see.
Yeah.
That I also agree with Key. Like if you would have gave these devs more time, like they would have got there, I'm sure. But again,
Yeah,
like Reese
easily.
said, it was a mess, and the tech crunch was a mess.
It's
And the
it's a
whole
half
thing
cooked
was a
egg.
mess.
It's not. It's just not done. It's a
Yeah.
half cooked egg.
Yeah,
And
and that's unfortunate when you have 8 million
It's
pre-orders.
pre-orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play the game and I just feel I have this feeling like, yo, something's missing.
and the thing
It's
that
missing. This is missing.
a thing that makes me think that they are gonna add to it is the fact that when you go to a door, the option comes up. It says locked, but the option comes up. It's not like you just can't interact with that door.
Yeah,
When I say door, I'm speaking of like just doors in the world, because you can't just run up in any door like you could a Grand Theft Auto. Or
Yeah, it'll say like open
a
locked.
Fallout.
Like,
Yeah, it just says locked. You can't. It just so the fact that you can interact with it, but you can't because it's locked, tells me that maybe potentially sometime along the line a patch will come out where the world will open up more. Now you can start entering people's houses.
yeah,
Right.
think about it like Warzone, like those bunkers in the
Yeah,
airport.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
doors
open
were
up the
there.
bunker.
The keypad, you can interact with the keypad, but we
Yeah.
can never get in. Same thing.
It's just a bummer to me because like if that's the case, it's just like, man, I wish they had more time because
Yeah,
like
if they had more
I'm not
time.
gonna play it. Like once I beat it, I'm not gonna play it again.
Oh,
I
sorry.
know myself. I'm not gonna play it again. So like,
Me either.
if they release a patch in February and they're like, yo, we unlocked all these new places and you can go inside and maybe there's new side quests, it's like, I already beat it, bro. Miss me with it. Like that's just me. You know, I know a lot of people will go back and do that type of stuff, but
I'm
like,
gonna do all three.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it also has the Grand Theft Auto 3 effect, like where you can just go and act stupid if you want. You can just get silly in Grand Theft Auto 3 if you can just run
Yeah.
around and just get silly if you want. So
Yeah,
you can.
yeah.
It also has
See-
that aspect of the game, so it does have that
Yeah.
playability.
See,
for
that's
people that-
another.
but you can't like just like just mow down a bunch of pedestrians, can you?
Yeah,
No.
you can.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you can.
Yeah.
But the crime and punishment system, that's another thing to me that feels incomplete.
it's
Mm.
different.
He actually asked me this question, like, you get in trouble with the NCPD, like, how do you know whether or not you've evaded them or anything? You see these stars, but you don't see like a radius on the radar
Well,
like
that's
you do
the
in
thing.
GTA.
It's like Grand Theft Auto, but it's not Grand.
But it's
We
not
are used
Grand
to
Theft
that
Auto, yeah.
system in Grand Theft Auto where you have to get out of a certain ring in
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto. So I was asking, like, yo, how do you? Because I'm weirdly enough, I never got. I don't get in trouble with the police in that game, but
That's the thing, because they're everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
yeah,
And there's not a lot of incentive to get in trouble with them.
None.
no,
That I've
never.
experienced.
Yeah,
Yeah, like there's never been like, oh, yo, go do this thing, and it's like you'll get a huge reward, but the police will be
but
on
the
you.
police will be
I
on your
haven't,
back.
I haven't really experienced
Nah,
that much.
but yeah, but you're not really a villain. We're not a yeah. In Grand Theft Auto, you're usually
You're
a criminal,
you, and you
right?
just do whatever.
yeah, you're
you
kind of
just do.
yeah, you just
Yeah.
do stuff.
You just do.
to get
Yeah.
stars or to get whatever you need to do, whatever. But in this game, you're kind of it's a story. Like you're kind of following along this.
And yeah,
story.
and that's the thing. Like, and the fact that it's linear kind of curbs a lot of that stuff that you get in a Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto or Fallout.
But in order to get away from the police in this game, you just have to get out of their field of vision. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah, you
no
just
field
go.
of vision game.
Once you're 500 away, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And
tell
they
you.
don't chase you. Like, you'll drive away. Like, GTA, they'll try to at least chase you.
I think
Yeah.
I chase you. Well, I don't. When my few times that I did get, it was like there was just a police on every corner. So I'd be like, all right, got away.
Yeah,
Whoop,
yeah.
whoop. And there was just another one just there.
It's like they spawn them along your track, and then once you get 500 away, it's just gone. It's over.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. They're
I understand Key's way of just saying like we're so used to GTA that they did theirs differently, so let's respect that. But
Yeah.
but also like Reese, it's not that engaging. It's like
It's
whatever.
not.
It's
No,
a
and that's one of the
small-
things I said. The crime and
small
punishment system
part.
is not complete. So
Yeah.
we're not getting the whole thing anyway.
But yeah, like we said all that's gonna be said about this game.
Yeah,
Dope
we're done with the
ideas,
game.
Terrible launch, and hopefully it gets better for the people who enjoy the game and have bought the game and decided not to return the game, and for the devs because you guys work your tails off to try and put these games out and these incredibly crazy deadlines that the people who don't make these games just don't get. So
yeah.
this Cyberpunk.
So
In
that's
addition
Cyberpunk.
to
Oh,
yeah, in addition to the games things that's been happening this year, let's not forget about the companies that actually make these games for us to play. The craziest news to me this year or at least the top 3 craziest news to me this year, was the purchase of ZeniMax by Microsoft for untold billions.
It's crazy.
Microsoft, of all players,
7.5, right?
something absurd like that. Yeah,
7.5.
pocket change to them.
Yeah, 7.5 billion.
Which I didn't know how to feel at first because, like I mentioned to y'all previously, when Microsoft brought Rare, you see what they did with that. They don't. When was the last time Microsoft came out with a Rare game?
In a long time.
Man, I thought Rare was gone, done, and over with, man. I don't know.
Exactly. So now you're like, oh, Bethesda, what are they about to do with them? Bethesda's far bigger of an entity than Rare is, but you can't help but worry to see, how is Microsoft going to influence their decision making from here on out? Is it going to be for the better? Is it going to be for the worse?
Oh,
are they going to change it all?
I feel like, and you know how I already know it's going to be for the better, because Bethesda games have always been buggy. That's their thing. We know, everybody knows Elder Scrolls and Fallout are super buggy games, and it's already been said that Microsoft has given Bethesda some of their devs, or some of their IT guys, or whoever, their devs, I'll say their devs just to round it out, to help them work on their games. So now you have Microsoft big shots, and you have just Bethesda, who already knew what they were doing, to fill in those guys. So now I just think they're going to, if you can come across a bugless Bethesda game, oh my goodness, the future.
Put it on eBay because it'll sell for millions.
Yo, the future is not looking good for the health of our people, because we're just going to be sitting down all day playing Bethesda games.
Listen, bro, if you give me a Fallout 3, 4, you give me Elder Scrolls, Oblivion, Skyrim with 0 bugs and in modern more realistic graphics, bro. What?
It's gonna.
I don't think Joffrey would ever get the necklace ever.
What?
Joffrey will die of old age.
Joffrey hasn't gotten the necklace.
What if they put that in the game? That all the missions had a timer on them. That'd be crazy, huh?
And that's the game. A timer.
There's a game I'm playing right now that has secret timers.
Within a certain amount of time, the mission kills, and there's a response that can come from that.
Oh,
I failed the mission in Cyberpunk that way.
Like, besides
that's the thing. That's already a thing. Yeah, it's not a main quest. Yeah, that's how
I never used the time skip ahead thing in Cyberpunk, but it. Yeah,
neither did I. I just forgot, and then I failed the mission.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's cool. See, did Cyberpunk again? Something that's super fire. That man, oh man.
We already have enough streaming services, but Amazon decided that it wants to join the foray with Luna. I actually ended up subscribing to this service and found a game that I'm actually enjoying quite a bit. And I'm also enjoying the freedom that I have to be able to play this game. I could be sitting here in front of my PC right now playing it. I might get tired, my back hurts from the chair, go to the bed, turn on my Fire Stick, continue it there. Oh, dang, I got to go outside. Let's go out to eat or something. Go out. I'll be in the passenger seat with my iPad. I got it playing in the car. Just do it everywhere. And I don't think anyone has done that so cleanly as they have. Because Stadia came out almost a year prior, but you're limited to using your Chromecast on your TV or particular phones. I think it was like the Pixel range of phones, which not a lot of people have. So I thought that was a good entrance into the foray as far as streamers are concerned. Speaking of Amazon, they tried to push forward a game to us, and it unfortunately
Crucible
had a very short life.
Tried, and I thought, man, for what it tried to do, Crucible was a good game for what it tried to do. And when I found out that they took it off the market to like go and like fix it and just like try to make it better, I was hyped. I was like, oh, word. Let's see what you guys got to give us. I mean, you own Twitch, dude. Like, you have a lot.
Yeah. Come on, y'all.
Gaming is very much part of your ecosystem. So like,
you should know what you're doing.
What's the name of their new big MMO that's supposed to drop? It's called like New World or something like that.
I think it's just.
I think that's what it's called.
New World.
New World.
New World, like
that.
Right?
Yeah,
right. Yo, Jeff Bezos, New World. Like he's taking over.
Oh my goodness.
But
They actually,
yeah.
and you know what? Amazon didn't just fail. What's it called? They didn't just fail Crucible. They failed another game that a lot of people didn't even know about, and I thought I had the name, but I lost it. It's called like Break. Like it was Break. It was a game that it basically went in development and like
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it didn't even go
it
anywhere.
didn't even go anywhere. Like we
Yes,
I remember that. Yes,
that was
yes,
from
yes.
their initial launch of the studio back in like 2016. I think
Yeah.
it was at like TwitchCon, and they came out and they announced Crucible, New World, and I think it was 2 other games. And the 2 other games didn't even make it. They just gone.
Yeah. I'm Crucible, dude. Crucible, they say, all right, we're gonna go back, we're gonna fix it, and we're gonna give you guys a better game.
Did
Couple
somebody
months
was
later,
like,
they came back
"Shut
like,
it
yo,
down!"
listen, man, this game is off. We can't even.
Yeah,
We
let's
can't
just
even-
cut our
we-
losses
we're-
on this.
We're just gonna cut
Yeah,
our losses
man.
on this one.
We're
can't
just gonna
even
stop
fix-
lying to you now. We're
Yeah,
sorry.
We can't even fix this one.
You
And
know what else is crazy that they had happen? So Ninja leaves, goes to Mixer, and then Mixer gets bought by Facebook. And where does Ninja go? Back to Amazon.
Right.
Yo, right back to Twitch. Yo, I
Right
can't,
back.
that was insane because Ninja and honestly that hurt a
Shroud
lot
as
of
well.
other streamers, huh?
No,
You
I
said
just
that
want
hurt
you know
all the
Shroud and
streamers.
the other guys.
Yeah,
who were big.
it not hurt them like physically, hurt them like they were just upset. Like, dude, like this platform made us big. Like it made us who we are today. And you left it for a bag, which like, yo, you gotta feed your family. I don't know. He's business oriented. Like he's a millionaire. He's rich. Like make your money moves as you
Yeah,
see
get your
fit,
money, man.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like so like I see both sides of it. Like you're just gonna leave the family that fed you basically and for a bigger bag, but like go do what you gotta do.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know. Like when it comes to that type of stuff, like as you guys know, I always bring up sports in that aspect. It's like if you're on a team and you've been on that team and they're the ones who drafted you or whatever, and you've been there for 4 years, 5 years, and you made a bunch of money and you whatever, and you want to go try and win a championship somewhere else or do something crazy somewhere else or make more money somewhere else, just go. Like that's the nature of the game. Like
Didn't
And
didn't Messi say he wanted to come to the U.S.?
well, yeah, they all want to go
Something
to the
crazy
US
like that?
at the end of their career when they're
At the
done.
end,
But he is thinking about leaving Barcelona. I think he still wants
so
to go
something
play
crazy
football.
like that. He's been there.
He's
What, almost since his entire career? He's put a crazy number.
No. He's been there his entire
His
career. Since he
entire
was
career
a child, they flew him to the academy. He's been there since he's like 10 years old.
put numbers up, making records, beating his own records, and I was like,
yeah. And now he's like, all right,
let's come over here and try something new. Like
I did it all
since
here. I love
10
this
years
sport.
old, and
It
he's
runs
been there
through my
like
blood.
30 something, so 20 plus years.
Time to go.
yeah, so I mean, he went over to Mixer, and Mixer thought they made the best investment, in which they did. They did bring some people over. I mean, he had like 1 million Mixer followers over on Mixer, but Mixer still bombed.
Brave.
Man, and Facebook ended up buying them. This all happened within the same year, dude.
Yeah.
Twitch.
Now-
Yeah, this was like 6
Is
months.
Now, my question is: do you think that that's a victory for the owners of Mixer?
For the
like,
owners
maybe-
of Mixer.
Yeah,
No.
like maybe they didn't want to do it anymore. Like maybe we don't really care about this. How do we
I don't think so because
boost
you don't
it up
throw a
so we can sell it?
you don't throw a bag over at what's his name? You don't throw a bag at what's his name? Ninja just to have to sell off your company. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how much you could have made your money without you could have made money on selling your company without having to make that investment. You make that investment thinking you can flip that.
I think they already were past that point. Like that's what I think. I think it already bombed and they were already past that point. And they were like, how do we salvage it to make some money out of it before we get rid of it?
Well, the thing is, you bring up Ninja, but Ninja didn't even go to Facebook Gaming. They gained nothing from that. And Mixer is no longer. Huh?
It gets more hype for your brand, so somebody will buy it.
But they're not using that brand. Mixer's gone. It's Facebook Gaming. They just took over like their assets and stuff like that.
But that's what I mean. You don't think those assets would be worth even less without Ninja and Shroud?
there is no Ninja and Shroud. Ninja
No,
and Shroud
he's
did not
saying-
go over the Facebook
saying-
gaming.
No, what B is saying is
It would make
Mixer was like, you know what? We don't want to really do this anymore. We want to pawn this off.
Right. It's
But nobody would
already
like to.
bombed. It's already
In our
trashed.
current state, no one would want to purchase us, and we don't necessarily want to just go away. So let's sign some fame, make us look more appealing, so that we can get bought out, make whatever money left we can, and then be out.
Right.
Nah, I'm not seeing it because why? I'm sure. Look, Ninja, like I said, Ninja's a multi-millionaire. You have to throw that man a bag, right? Like a major bag. Why not?
Exactly.
Why not just take what you can get with what you have? Especially if Ninja and Shroud went over to Facebook Gaming, if that was in the contract, that would make way more sense because you would actually bring. Nobody really had Mixer, and Ninja just went over to Twitch, so his Twitch followers just followed him back to Twitch. So you didn't bring any followers. Those two big people that you spent money on, didn't bring any followers over to Facebook Gaming. Facebook Gaming.
I'm not saying it's their objective to bring views to Facebook Gaming
at all. It's not what I'm saying.
Well,
it's just
Facebook Gaming.
My thing is already done. I'm going to lose money on it. I can break even if I raise the stock of my company. If no one's on Mixer, no one's going to buy it. Or when they buy it, they'll buy it for super cheap. Like they'll buy it on the cheap.
Okay, it may not be true, but don't you think it's more appealing if they have stars on their lineup?
You can't use the stars. This is what I'm trying to say. You cannot use the stars as an asset, quote unquote, as the price of your company if the stars aren't there when you are acquiring the company.
They don't. What I'm saying is they don't care post acquisition. They just want to break even and be done with it.
You're not listening to me.
It's like when a new owner buys a basketball team, they don't care like who's on the team. They're going to trade them or move them around however they see fit. They just want to know that the institutions that are in place, their servers, their workers, all their stuff.
Okay, perfect.
It's worth
so you said the
buying.
basketball team. If you have a basketball team with Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan, and all the other people, right?
That's absurd, but go ahead.
Whatever, dude. It's just whatever. It's for context.
Conjuncture.
Huh? Yeah. If you have a basketball team with those stars on it, and then you buy the team, you're buying this team, but those stars are not coming with your team. You understand what I'm saying? That it's no longer worth what.
But the team, so you take a team that has pedigree, the stars don't matter because the stars come and go, they fade. That's irrelevant.
So why are you buying this team if it's not for the stars on the team? What else are you getting but the team?
You're getting the team. That's it.
Exactly.
The team is the thing.
Exactly. So if this team doesn't have the star, if the team can't perform the same exact way because it doesn't have they're not going to put up the same numbers.
Well, in that regard, if you were to buy the team, it's because of the team. Like the Knicks are terrible all the time, but their revenue is still number one. They're up there in the top 3 teams of revenue every year, and they're an awful team. They never make the playoffs. It's just the name. It's the brand. So when you're buying companies, you're looking at the name, the brand, the infrastructure. Like those types of things could have been a reason why they wanted to bring on a star, have people know who Mixer is, and then sell it.
So then again, that has nothing to do with the members part of that. Then it has to just be what is around Mixer. And Mixer, even after acquiring those stars, have nothing around them.
Hold it.
Huh?
But that's my thing is I think that's why they got them. Like, that's just what I think. I think that they acquired these big names so they can raise their stock. So people, because bro, I never used Mixer ever in my life. Didn't
I don't even know what it looks like.
Didn't care anything about Mixer until Ninja got there. Oh, that's cool. And Ninja's there. Like that's dope. So I don't think Facebook Facebook will probably buy it either way. But I think you're able to liquidate your company for more money with stars like that.
What I think happened is that they was like, all right, we're gonna go and we're gonna pay these guys this bag to make to increase and to enhance our company because it's not doing what we thought it was gonna do. So they spend this bag, they take out loans or whatever they had to do. They spent the bag, brought these companies over. or these stars over, and they're like, yo, we're still not bringing in. We're not making up for what we spent or what we borrowed or whatever the case may be to get these stars over on our team.
It's Microsoft though. They don't need the money.
Mixer is Microsoft.
Yes.
Yes.
Microsoft, bro. They're not like hurting for a bag.
They are not hurting for nobody's
Microsoft,
money.
Microsoft.
Wait
a second. Microsoft is not hurting for a bag, no. But that leg is not bringing in the money. That like it's still an expense. It's
absolutely.
Still that. So Microsoft, no. But that part of section of money is not bringing in what they have put in.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So even still, like my point still stands is that they spent and it's not bringing in what they thought they was going to be bringing in. So they're like, all right, let's just cut our losses. Let's get rid of it. That's how I feel. That's what I think happened.
Listen, it could have gone either way. We are not the flies on the wall in this.
I think that's the thing, but I think that idea was kind of already spent. Like they were like, all right, let's spend this money. And it's a last ditch. Like, all right, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't,
like to me that makes no sense because why would you spend? Let's just say, just for numbers purposes, if you were just already gonna sell your company for, we'll say, for whatever amount, why would you spend $2 million? We'll give $1 million to each Shroud in. Why would you spend $2 million in hopes that they would take your offer? Instead of just selling it and gaining money, just making full profits, because you have to first make $2 million to pay back your two people that you bought into, and then you have to plus off of that. So why do that when you could just sell for all profit?
Yeah, but like you said, like it's a last ditch. Well, like you spend the $2 million, and if it works, dope, and if it doesn't,
dope.
We'll get more because people know who we are.
Who? Mixer?
Yeah.
What do you mean people know who we are? Don't nobody use Mixer? Didn't nobody use Mixer?
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you bring these stars over, they have
that people would know.
Now. That was right, but that was right. Exactly. That was the plan. And it was like that, but still it didn't. Nobody went over to Mixer. Like nobody on Twitch, Ninja had a couple million. I don't even know how many million followers. He had a couple million followers.
Of course, he's the man.
And then over on Mixer, I think he had either 1 or just under 1 million followers or something because he was able to bring over. They brought over 1 million. Right. And I don't know anything about Shroud. I was just following Ninja. But even after all this time, and it still didn't bring in the multi-millions that he had. And they sold. Like you didn't even give it a whole year before selling. Like that just, you know what I mean? So that's just,
I don't know, man.
We'll never know. We can just assume.
Either way, it didn't work. Whatever their plan was, it didn't work. It wasn't. It didn't work. Mixers is one of those things that it just didn't hit for whatever reason. It just didn't hit. It wasn't hot. I never downloaded it.
I never touched it. Never touched it.
Again, I don't even know what it looks like. So,
but moving on to just end out the year, man. We got some phenomenal games. We got Warzone again, a game. It's Call of Duty. Absolutely love Warzone. I actually every single morning, and I kid you not, every single morning I tune into a streamer that I watch that plays Warzone, and that's kind of where I'm getting like my gamer knowledge, my play knowledge from, just watching him play, and he absolutely rules. He kills people. But
who is this?
So
like who's the player?
Rasta La Vista. I watch him every single morning. He streams like 12 hours a day. It's insane.
Nice.
Wild.
Rasta La Vista. And he streams Warzone. He's phenomenal. He was actually in he signed up for Phase 5 and he made it. He didn't make it to the 5th round, I think. Whatever. He just missed top 20.
Gotcha.
So he's almost a Phase member. But we had Warzone. We got Valorant, which blew up. It was like CSGO, but not CSGO. It was like
it came into the scene and made a huge splash.
I need to get a few more. It's been a while since I played that game.
And it's here to stay. It seems like it's here to stay. Like Riot Games knows what they're doing.
Yeah, right. Valorant was amazing. Something that we touched on actually. One of us did it. I think it might have been you, Reese. But Take-Two was trying to acquire Codemasters.
That was me.
But it was you, B.
Okay.
Yeah, that was dope.
And actually, EA actually outbid them, and so now EA owns Codemasters, which is insane.
It makes sense, right?
It makes sense. Yeah, EA made racing games in the past.
That's what they do, and that's what Codemasters is known for.
And Codemasters make
the best
racing
games in the world. They do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that it doesn't turn into Need for Speed Dirt.
And also Tencent acquires Digital Extremes. If you don't know who Digital Extreme is, if you had a PS4 when it first came out, then you might know Warframe. They're the ones behind Warframe. So Tencent acquires the creators of Warframe, and I was assuming, because Tencent is big into mobile gaming, I was like, hey, is Warframe coming to mobile games now? Like, we're gonna see a mobile Warframe? Is that possible?
And that was promptly shot down.
Oh, Jay shut me down, all the way down.
Yeah,
but I still
all
think
the way
it's
down.
quite possibly a possibility. I don't know, maybe potentially.
Everything's a possibility as far as I'm concerned.
Maybe you might get a gotcha Warframe game or something out there.
Oh, okay. See, now we're in the realm of the absurd.
Hey, look, man,
we
Genshin
need to
Impact
keep it
is all
moving.
I'm saying, it's possible. You don't know, man. You don't know.
That's nuts.
Last but not least, Faceit takes over esports development for Rainbow Six Siege and CS:GO.
Yeah, they whoever this Faceit company is out here, and they're coming in and they're working with Ubisoft and they're working with Counter-Strike to literally, like, they're working on everything from the tournaments to the planning the events, the data integration, like how, like, they want to be the ESPN for esports, and they
want to take over.
They have like all the cool screens and the picture-in-picture, like they're trying to literally do it.
They're trying to take over ESL's spot, because ESL was.
They're not doing Siege anymore. They're gone.
Yeah, they're not. Now. Yep.
So
they're trying to do it bigger and better.
What I want to see is like actual. Like, I just can't wait. And we're there, not there, but we are so on the verge. It's like like it's actually starting to be recognized, and I just want to see gaming sports on the same tier and level as actual sports. Like, I want them to be as recognized as actual sports. And
so you want to turn on ESPN and see Overwatch League, or
I want to
StarCraft 2.
I just want it on main ESPN, not like
main ESPN.
I want to turn on esports channel and be able to watch esports games. I want them to be recognized. I want them to have a channel, because you don't understand. Like, I only know more so about the Call of Duty scene, but like, you have Call of Duty training houses. Like, companies literally fly out these guys to like a camp house where they sit and they train all day. Like, you're not exercising, you're not in the gym, you're not running laps or nothing like that, but you are training. Like,
a lot of the programs actually do make them do some sort of physical workouts. Like they actually do make them do that.
They do physical workouts.
Yeah, like when we went to the DZ house, they have to do that stuff. G2 has to do that. I know. I think 100 Thieves as well. I'm not concrete on that one, but
it makes
sense. A lot of the teams do that because
you want to be in like top health. You want to be, because you are sitting down playing games, so you do want to be in good health. Make sure you're straight every day. Yeah.
So I was reading something like
that's not the main thing. No, it's
it's
that brain, the hand-eye. Man,
you're gaming, and it's taxing. It's taxing. And you know what's crazy is that, like, I used to work at Home Depot, and I would be ripping and running all around, whatever, moving. And at the end of the day of the work, tossing around cement, tiles. At the end of the day of work, I'm tired. I'm like, I had a long day at work. I'm tired. And then I used to drive for ride sharing. And I was like, this is going to be easy. Like, I'm just driving around all day. I'm chilling. For some reason, at the end of the day, I'm tired. I was literally just driving. But
I was going to make that point.
All of that hand-eye coordination, all of the just making sure you're smooth, like looking around, the act of driving for hours is taxing. So that, like, playing video games for hours upon hours at the end of the day is taxing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so like the whole exercise thing you brought up, they have to do that for like racing simulation also, because in actual racing you need to be fit, so you're not fatigued while you're driving. It is the same thing with racing sim, even though you're not an actual vehicle, but you're in that position just playing games, and you gotta have the hand-eye coordination, and with racing sim you gotta have your foots coordinated also.
Not to mention, like, also, you can't just be like everybody. Not everybody. a lot of kids, adults, and middle age, whatever. A lot of people love video games,
Mhm.
and you can't just be the average person and just walk out and just like go win a world championship tournament. Like you have to put
No.
in the hours, the training, and the time behind this. Like a
Yep.
lot of kids like going to the basketball court shooting hoops, but not every
Not
kid
everybody
is gonna
can
hit the
LeBron.
league. Like you're not gonna make and it's the same for this. Like you're not gonna just get on play because you're playing video games. You're not just gonna make a team. Like you actually have to want it. Like you actually have to go and really work really hard and train and practice and put hours in and watch videos and like
Yeah.
like you have
It's
to
a process.
do the
It's a
same.
process.
Like, so he wants to see like like their own channel and things like that, which I do want. I do want like a G4 to come back and things like that. Actually have a channel for gaming, but I also want it to be incorporated in an esports or Fox Sports because like the masses watch that. And I feel like when you have a
True.
channel, it just becomes a niche channel and only we watch that. Like I think back to MMA. So MMA for all you guys, like that's kind of the sports scene that got me involved in this whole personal training thing. And for years, it wasn't considered a sport. Oh, they're dog fighting. It's not real. It's not. And now you turn on ESPN and it's there and in depth, and they're doing analysis and all these wonderful things. So I would love to see them do a breakdown of a G2 or of a League of Legends tournament on main stage ESPN. I would love to see that on the First Take or an Undisputed and have them talk about our games.
Yeah, I take
That
it
would-
back. I don't want them to have their own channel. Put them on esports where everybody's watching. Like,
Yeah,
everybody
bro.
watches
Put them on
esports.
ESPN.
Nah,
I'll
put them
them
on both.
ESPN. I'm sorry. Put
That's
them on-
even more exposure.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
put them
Already
on
out there.
ESPN.
But like, I want them to be accepted, like he says, because like they are athletes in their right. If you can watch darts and you can watch that, you can get
Darts.
it cracking in some Overwatch or some
Darts.
Bro, darts is on ESPN2 in the Ocho. ESPN
It is?
8. Bro, darts.
Wow.
Like
Oh, I like darts. Don't get me wrong. I like darts. It's fun. But
bowling, all that stuff
Cause-
it's on ESPN.
cause
So it's like, what's up? Like, yo,
Family.
what's good? And
Darts.
it's being trickled in, but not on main, not on main ESPN. Yeah, Key, go ahead.
Well,
Anyway.
with that being said, we all know it's been an absolutely insane year. And
There we go. That's more appropriate.
it's the first year of Trigger Talk TV. So I'd love to thank everybody here listening and that tuned in, kicked it with us, liked it, and followed us and just interacted with us in some sort of way. We got a lot of plans and big things coming for the next year. But we'll talk more about that in the next year. But right now, it is time for everybody's favorite segment, and that is B's Throwback of the Week.
Okay, cut it off.
Oh, it won't let me turn it off.
This is crazy.
All right.
All right, so I want to do something a little different, just a little different.
Ooh. What
so
you doing, B?
no, so I think back to week 1 on this episode, on the show, and there was a game that a lot of people thought that I was going to pick as the first throwback of the week. And to many surprise, the very first throwback of the week was Super Smash Brothers Melee, because for various reasons, it's a phenomenal game. It brings people together, it gets people to argue, it's fun. But this time, I wanted to pick a game that was special to us and our show and our community and all those wonderful things. And
Ooh.
had I picked this game day one, it would not have been. But at this juncture, it is.
Conker's Bad
Game
Fur Day.
That
I
I
got
have.
it.
Here we go.
I
Here we
finally
go.
Yeah.
got it. I knew it. I knew he was going to pick it because it was
Exodia,
the end
it
of the
is
year.
not Mort the Chicken. It's not Mort the Chicken.
That's
Um,
crazy.
It's not whatever Key said either.
Oh, my gosh. One day.
This game
Conker's
was
Bad Fur
developed
Day.
by Konami. It was
Ooh.
published by Konami. It was directed and designed and produced by Hideo Kojima. It is Metal Gear Solid, the first one, 1998. Throwback of the week. Had I picked this game week one, Key wouldn't have had any relationship to it, anything. No, like, besides, I heard it's a good game. But now, coming to this point, for those of you who only listen to our podcast, we stream video games Tuesday through Thursday as well. And it's become an event. It's become a thing for ourselves and everyone who supports us that we have something called Metal Gear Thursdays. And it is
sacred.
And, yeah, it's sacred Metal Gear Thursdays. And it is Keon's. Wow, I've never say your whole name. That's insane.
You know what's crazy?
I said your whole name earlier.
He said my whole name earlier. Yeah. And it's
just make sure you don't do that for me.
Now, Maurice.
All right, Maurice.
I hate you.
It is
both.
Key's first venture into the series. For 20 some odd years, he's just been hearing how great it is and never played it. And to watch him experience this game and give it praise and all these wonderful things was dope to see this game again. This game is, of course, on legendary status. It's what catapulted Hideo Kojima into the genius that he is. It's what brought it. It changed storytelling in video games for me. I can't speak for anyone else, but to play an action stealth game with a strong narrative, not just doing things, but doing things with a purpose and for a reason, with a huge overarching story, was just phenomenal. And it was special. And it is one of my favorite games ever. It is my favorite video game series ever. And this is the one that kicked it off. I know there's Metal Gear before this, but for me, the Metal Gear Solid series is what kicked it off. And man, what a phenomenal game. Just so much stuff in this game that you never saw before. I'll let y'all.
He for sure knocked it out the park. Like he caught me off guard. Like even Reese was surprised because, you know, back then you didn't at all. Like nobody had the headphones in their ears and he implemented sound where you can hear steps coming from certain directions.
Dude, that blew me away when I realized that was PS1.
Yeah. I'm like,
Directional
the
sound?
airplane is coming from the left. I can hear it. Like, what? You can hear it coming from the left? I'm like, yeah, I got my headphones on. I can hear it. And it's PS1. So Hideo Kojima was definitely a man before his time, and I'm super duper impressed with what he did with Metal Gear Solid 1. And also the story. I really thoroughly enjoyed the story and plot twist behind Metal Gear Solid 1. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm just going to let you know I chose not to talk to somebody, and I'm glad I did.
My God.
You're ridiculous. I can't stand
the entire game.
Right.
Not
He's
one
right.
time.
Yeah, whatever.
The entire game, not one single time. Didn't talk.
I remember my first foray into MGS wasn't actually one. It was VR missions.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I played the game, I'm like, okay, this is a bit much. I never played a game like this before. And then VR missions came out. So it has, what is it, something over like 100 like variations of missions without weapons, with weapons. And I thought
VR
this is
fire.
Crazy. Who
to train
came up
your
with
brain
this?
to play games
and
like
then
that.
it's like the story is just amazing, and I'm glad I got to play through the entire series.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, this has been a wonderful, crazy, insane year. And honestly, this thing has our podcast, for me personally, it's grown into this community of people that I'd never. I was super pumped to get like a video game podcast going on, talk about games. I love video games. I play video games all the time, but I never thought it would be what it is today. Like I never saw that coming. And the community, the Discord. I'm in the Discord. Yo, you can always find me in the Discord. The community is freaking wonderful. Like I absolutely love this community, and I know like every streamer says, well, I got the best community, whatever. We're small, we're not large, we're not the biggest, but we have the smallest, greatest, the greatest community out there. And I love you guys. Like it is, y'all don't understand how full y'all make my heart every time y'all pop in and we talking and we chatting and y'all let me go on my rants and tangents and y'all go on y'all rants and tangents and I tell you how your opinion is wrong and all the above. I love it every single day. I just really appreciate all of you for showing up and allowing us to live our dreams, I guess, and allowing us to talk about our passion and share our passion with others that are just as into video games as much as we are. So really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much.
All right, everyone, virtual hug. Come on, bring it in. Bring it in. Come on.
Is this all you have to say for 2020, Reese? Virtual
Yes,
hug?
virtual hug.
All right, virtual hug.
It's too much. I can't spread out too much love. I might explode. Thank you for sticking by with our ridiculous shenanigans. It only gets better.
Yeah, man. 2020 has been a wild year, man. And this show means a lot to me for a couple of reasons. Reason one is the community. Is you guys are wonderful, man. Like I'm able to like Keith said, I can just speak and do my thing, and you guys will always tune in and have an opinion about it or whatever, or agree or disagree. Just the fact that you guys are always engaged and always supporting and always showing love, whether it be on a live stream, on a Discord, whether you get up at 9 a.m. so you can hear an interview with a dev from Egypt. Like you guys just are phenomenal. So I want to thank all of you specifically. And the other reason is my co-hosts. You guys, I've known y'all for 20 years. And we finally said, screw all the crap. Let's actually do this thing. We've been talking about doing something like this for years, and we're either too busy or too lazy or too whatever. And this time we're getting it done, and we're taking it serious. And look at the community that we have. It's like we have a little RPG town. It's insane. Like you guys are wonderful. So I want to thank the community and thank my wonderful, wonderful co-hosts at Trigger Talk TV.
It's like Animal Crossing. We're all in here.
Oh my goodness. Why? Why?
Village.
And with that being said, this has been another episode of Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV.